It has been 291 days, and we are back here at Vince Ganna Stadium for the 2026 Bend Elks opener. Just a year after the Bend Elks won their first playoff game since 2015, coming back with a vengeance and some unfinished business in a small town with a packed-out crowd. Welcome inside the broadcast booth, Aiden O'Neill alongside my partner Will Taylor. Bat Bro Will. A lot of anticipation. There's buzz in this building, and we're so excited for it.
Yeah, man, happy to see baseball back here in Bend. I've been doing a lot of batting practice by myself out here, so good to see some new faces in town. Got the privilege of practicing with the boys last night, and they look good, dude. I think we have a good squad this year. Excited to see how they play. A few big, exciting names. Already plenty of D1 guys on the roster this early in the summer. So
when you looked at this team last night practicing with them, what stood out to you? What was the main takeaway?
They look old, dude. When I was in college, people didn't look that old. The guy on the mound for us looks just like Paul Skeens.
Oh, yeah.
Exactly like Pittsburgh Pirates legend Paul Skeens. And the bats, dude. I think the bats could be really exciting. We got a couple D2 guys that absolutely rip. So, and the wind is pretty quiet today. We got a pretty chilly night here in Bend, Oregon, but the ball flies up here at about 3,700 feet altitude as the first pitch sails in for a strike.
Yeah, chilly one. 59 degrees Fahrenheit. It's been raining all day. Stopped a few hours ago. So we're ready to play some baseball. And with this turf field, Will, I mean, the owners, Michael Kelsey, it's easy to fix it up. You don't got to do too much.
Yeah, it's been raining for the last 48 hours. And the seats are packed. Team's ready to go. Outfield looks good. So, yeah, this would have rained out a lot of fields. And we are ready to play baseball here at Vince Ganna Stadium.
On the bump tonight for your Bend Elks, it's the tall righty. And, you know, if you squint a little bit, he really does look like Paul Skeens, that star righty Cy Young winner for the Pittsburgh Pirates. 6'5", 230 pounds, and that arm angle awfully similar. He's from Castle Rock, Colorado, and a Houston Christian University player. He'll be back there next season. At Houston Christian, a little bit bumpy, 13 2/3, a 12.51 ERA. But in the summer, last year in Duluth, he really thrived, and he's excited to be here in Bend.
Yeah, I mean, that's why you come here is to try to develop, get more innings on the bump. And with that frame, I feel like he even tries to emulate Skeens the way he throws. He has kind of the rebound off of the throw there. But, yeah, this is where you go and prove to yourself what kind of player you are. And what's cool about summer ball these days with the transfer portal being so loose compared to how it used to be is it's such a good recruiting opportunity. Such a good recruiting opportunity for these guys looking to make the step to the next level. But, yeah, we got a good-looking squad, man.
Going to be a whole lot of fun. And even the Sox, they're high up just like Paul. The finish on the release, look at it with the leg, the whip around.
He knows what he's doing. He knows what he's doing.
He does. Springfield Drifters, they're the road team, and their lineup will read like this. It's Aiden Gebhard at third, or in center field rather, but he's leading off. Nick Amino batting second at third. Then L.J. Lehue is the catcher. Mana Heffernan, the second baseman. Colton Perez at first. Brody Burr in left field. Peyton Tyner in right. Jacob Villapando at short. And Austin Takashi doing the designated hitting. Interesting jersey matchup too, Will. It's the all-black pins for Bend. They usually don't go with that on opening night, but the starter picks it, and that's what Kendall was feeling.
It's a classy look. Black is slimming. And for the Drifters, we got all sorts of colors going on. The royal blue tops, the powder blue jerseys, and the charcoal gray pants. Love to see it.
Aiden Gebhard will dig in to open it up from the left side with the bright blue bat. And it just feels so good to be back, Will, doesn't it?
Absolutely. And just to remind everyone, this is a wood bat league. For the majority of pretty much every college baseball level, they're swinging metal bats.
The first pitch of the ballgame, this is up and away, and we get started at 6:40 p.m.
91-mile-an-hour fastball to start the summer. Just missed high and away.
Gebhardt, a lot of speed in this leadoff spot. The 1-0 fouled away.
Another 91 right there. So, yeah, you'll see all sorts of wood bats here. In minor league and major league baseball, you have to swing a true fully wood piece of a tree bat. In college summer leagues, you can use wood composites, bats that are, hollowed out, reinforced with carbon fiber to increase durability. So a little more loosey-goosey, but still wood barrels across the board here.
1-1. Down and in tight on that slider for Kendall. And that changes how that ball comes off the bat, too, absolutely, when you have that transition to wood. And I think for a lot of the players new to summer ball, that'll be an adjustment.
Yeah, the sweet spots are smaller. The bats are heavier to swing. The pop is a little less. It's a much more difficult hitting experience.
That one's fouled away up the left field line. Count runs even at 2-2. Jackson Kendall's a 3-pitch guy. He'll have a sinker ranging from 91 to 94. Then a slider, so those are the primary 2 pitches. The slider's around 83. And then a changeup, a pitch he's been working on, looking to develop over the summer.
Yeah, Kendall has not dropped under 90 miles per hour yet this entire at-bat.
The set and the 2-2. Chopped up the middle. Tough play ranging to the left is Jones. Fire across his body. It's not in time. And it's an infield single for Aiden Gebhardt to get us going.
Yep, that ball had trouble written all over it. That's going to be a single pretty much every time, unless you have Bobby Witt blazing in to cut that ball off. That's probably a shortstop's ball, but just so deep in the hole there, that's going to be an infield single about 95% of the time. Only 40 miles an hour off the bat, just chopped it right over the mound.
Almost an impossible play to make, and a good effort. Now they'll look to turn 2 with Nick Gamino digging in. No batting gloves from the right side. First pitch fastball grooved in there for a strike with sinking action at 91.
Nick Gamino giving a little Rod Carew kind of stance right here. The bat tilted back towards the catcher, no batting gloves. I like it.
Throwback.
Yeah.
I like it too.
I can tell he plays MLB The Show.
All the accessories. Sinker runs in tight. Runners on the move. Throw down to second, not in time. And that's speed, showing it off early. Aiden Gebhardt swipes a bag, and he's in scoring position.
A nice throw down to second there, but at the end, it looks like he got a little bit of a glove side cutter spin on it. Just sailed to the left side of the bag there.
Just looking to find their feet underneath them here at the beginning of this campaign. 1-1, nobody out. Runner on second. Kendall's pitch runs outside.
Still looks like all fastballs so far from Kendall. Sitting 91 to 92 miles an hour so far. So, yeah, in Summer Wood Bat League, you're going to see a lot more infield singles, a lot more small ball than you would if you're watching the college baseball D1 regionals right now.
2-1 runs down and away. And, yes, even though it's opening day for us, there's college baseball going on throughout the country. St. Mary's earlier today upset number 1 seeded UCLA. That's never happened before.
No, not in the seeded era since 1999, and St. Mary's is a good team. I honestly wasn't very surprised there. UCLA's got a sneaky tough regional being the 1 seed.
3-1, and he walked him on the slider that run down and away. It looked like it had a lot of action on it, but it still sat at around 90. And Kendall's in trouble early with runners on first and second and nobody gone.
Yep, still just working off of his fastball so far. Hasn't showed a lot of off speed, but yeah, in the West Coast League here, one of the worst things you can have is walks, especially with, pitching typically performing better translating to the Wood Bat League as opposed to hitting. Can't be given free bases.
Now the lefty, L.J. Lehue, digs in. First pitch, called a strike on the inner third. Great crowd tonight for the opener. The rain didn't shy too many folks away. First of 3 between the Elks and the Drifters, a team that had Ben's number last season. 4-2 against the Elks. Kendall still settling in. 0-1, slashed foul.
I think all 3 swings from the Drifters so far have been late, and that's a very common trend you're going to see with the first few games as these guys are switching from their metal bats to their wood bats. A lot more weight in the barrel, and this guy's got a lot of leverage on the mound. Another 91-mile-an-hour fastball right there, middle of the zone.
L.J. Lehue fouls it away right near us, but off the netting. That will always protect us in the press box. Nothing in 2.
I think that's that changeup he's been working on. 83 miles an hour right there. So his first changeup of the day so far, and had the hitter way out in front.
Lehue looking to protect. An early chance here for Springfield. Has the hoodie out of that baby blue jersey. Heavy clouds overhead. Kendall comes set. The 0-2. Outside. And looking to build off of that momentum from last season. And it all starts here on opening day. Despite dropping that playoff series at the end of 2025 to Corvallis. Peek back at 2. Keep it Gebhardt on us. The 1-2. Got him swinging. And the first punch out of the summer for Jackson Kendall.
There's that changeup again, just even at the top of the zone with that much differential, only 80 miles an hour right there. If you take 12 miles an hour off of a pitch and throw it in the zone, regardless of if you think that might have been a hung changeup, those are very, very effective. Great pitch there. So now a good situation, a ground ball away from getting out of the inning potentially.
And stepping up, sophomore righty Muna Heffernan. First pitch, swung on and missed. A 78-mile-an-hour slider.
And there's that slider for the first time all evening so far. So setting him up, getting him ready to sit fastball nonstop, and comes out with a bunch of off-speed in these last 2 hitters.
And it feels like, Will, after those first couple of batters, he's starting to find his footing. It's tough sometimes to get that opening day nod. A lot of adrenaline.
Absolutely, and especially if you're getting your off-speed over the plate. It's looking good.
0-1 goes back to it, just a Heron type.
He has the Paul Skeens glove tap and everything.
It's uncanny.
He might not admit it, but he is leaning into the Skeens look-alike.
6'5", 230 pounds. Skeens just a bit bigger than that. 1-1, 1 out. Sinker just outside.
Is he really? He's like 6'6".
Oh, yeah.
Jeez.
Big dude. He might be 6'7".
Good for him. Another fastball.
And throws 100.
Yeah, throws 102.
Unfair. Heffernan, man from Hawaii, goes to Bushnell. 2-1, 1 out. Sinker called a strike. A late call from our home plate umpire tonight in Jacob Fisher. On the bases, JT Rentschler. Defense, normal depth, so's the outfield with a limp flag in left center field. But the wind blowing at the fans here in the stands. Ground ball, softly, coming in as Fulton. Fields it on the high hop, throw to first in time. Both runners move up on the play. 2 gone.
Yeah, just a defensive swing by Heffernan there. Just a well-located slider. That might have just clipped the up and inside part of the zone there. So didn't want to let that go for strike 3, and nice play at third. Nice play at third, going and getting that ball. No chance at 2 there, but 2 outs for the Elks, but 2 ducks on the pond in scoring position for the Drifters.
It's Colton Perez from the left side stepping up. And from Vanguard. First pitch fouled away. Fulton gives it a look, but a souvenir.
Couple base runners this inning for the Drifters on a weak single and a walk. No solid contact by any means yet.
And although it's early, Will, this is a big spot. If the Elks can get a 0 here, build some momentum going into that home half, you want to start strong.
Absolutely.
0-1. Just up. Perez, 6'5", 225. This is the definition of a heavyweight matchup.
Jeez. They're building them different these days, Aiden.
Well, that's what you were saying at practice.
Yeah.
Just bigger, stronger.
More facial hair.
Fouled back. 1-2.
Yeah, they're late on that fastball so far. 90. That's 2 90-mile-an-hour fastballs right in the zone that he's been late on.
Perez, a utility man, can play a whole lot of spots, but at first base tonight, Elks, as we mentioned, in those all-black pinstripes with the black caps bend across the chest, and the Drifters with the baby blue and dark gray pants. 1-2. Good block there by Galvin. Catcher out of Grand Canyon University behind the dish.
A lot of Bushnell University guys out here on both teams today. Solid NAIA program out of Springfield, right outside of Eugene, Oregon.
2-2, 2 outs. Kendall looking to escape here in the first. Fouled away. Perez, a tough customer.
92 right down the middle, but that's good velo.
Vanguard this year, Perez, 221, slug 397, 5 doubles, 6 bombs. So there's pop there. Kendall's got to be careful. Got him swinging. Goes to the slider at the top of the zone. Jackson Kendall's second punch out of the frame.
That's 2 strikeouts on elevated off speed. It's not exactly how you ride it up, but we'll take it.
Drifters strand a pair to the home half. Elks looking to strike first when we come back. Home half of the first inning. Bend Elks with a 0. They stranded a pair of the Drifters on the bags. And now we'll look to score first, starting with the left-handed bat, and Eli Pupo. Aiden O'Neill, Will Taylor up here in the broadcast booth. Thanks so much for joining us. It's the righty Jack Klee on the bump for the Drifters. And his first pitch at 85 misses low. Klee out of Chemeketa Community College. Pitched against the Elks twice last year as a Springfield Drifter and did pretty well. 1-0's called a strike.
And Pupo out of Bushnell University, a local product out of Redmond High School. Shout out to the Panthers. A lot more of a kind of looks like sinker slider type of guy here. Slower velo, more in the 84, 85 range.
That one also called the strike. A finesse righty, you could call him.
Absolutely. A picker.
Yes. going to fill up that zone. Elks got to be ready to hit, and it's an adjustment, too. Sometimes that lack of velo is even harder. 1-2's up. Pupo was awesome last year, was a Ben Buck for the majority of the summer, came up for a bit, and really was a spark plug down the stretch for these Elks. Felt like big hit after big hit, a lot of speed when he gets on the bases, too.
Yep, earned that leadoff spot.
2-2. Misses low, and a good job by Pupo working this to 3-2.
Yep, good leave on the slider. He'll run that fastball up to about 86. Sliders more in the 75 range.
Fouled away. Pupo will stay alive. This has Klee listed 6'2", 190, but 5-pitch guy. Will.
Yeah.
Sinker, four-seam, changeup, cutter, sweeper.
He's already living on the edges of the zone. No good pitches to hit yet. Almost 6 pitches into the at-bat here. Doing a good job working around the strike zone.
Staying on that third base side of the rubber. 3-2. Ground ball up the middle. Filled by Villain Pondo. Will throw to first. It's offline. Pupo's going to go from first to second. Rattling up in the corner. He'll stop there. And that's how the Elks offense gets started. Put a ball in play and see what happens.
Yeah, it was a pretty well-hit ball, just kind of eaten up by the turf, 94 off the bat. A lot of the time that's a knock, but with the lefty up, they had that shortstop shifted up the middle. Made a pretty routine play on it, but just took that left-handed first baseman off the bag just enough, squirted off the end of his glove, and a free bag for the Elks. Guy in scoring position with nobody out already. Aiden Tallarico is one of the big prospects coming in. Guy had a heck of a campaign with Florida Southwestern. Hit 17 home runs this spring.
72 runs driven into. A lot of pop from that right side. First pitch lined, gloved by the third baseman in Gamino. Looks the runner back, throw to first in time. A heck of a play on a ball that was scolded at 94. And he holds Pupo at 2.
I'm not quite sure he saw that ball go into his glove, but he came up with it. A nice play at third. Another well-hit ball, 94 off the bat. Honestly, just a good pitch. That was a good sinker that ran off the inside part of the strike zone and just jammed up Tallarico a little too much there. Good bat speed, though. Aggressive swing. I like it.
Now it's Marcus Galvin, the left-handed bat out of GCU. Doing the catching. He'll take low at 85. Was Lope's primary catcher back in 2025, and this year, not as many at-bats, just 50 for them at 167 with 9 driven in.
He's looked awesome behind the plate so far.
Really good receiver, it seems like.
Yep.
Pitchers have liked him. Check swing, he went around, no appeal.
It's a great pitch. Slider just buried in the dirt there. Clearly hunting the fastball.
At the bare minimum, with one out, you want to move a runner over here. Especially with some bop waiting in the wings. 1-1. Fouled away. Cleve this last summer, Will. 2 appearances against Bend, as I mentioned. Gave up 1 run on June the 3rd, where he went 3 innings, no earned, just 1 hit allowed. And then on June the 17th, an inning and 2/3, just 3 hits and 1 run. So he was smooth, a 3.24 ERA for that full summer.
Yeah, he had a good summer.
1-2, grounded, foul. Pupo was on the move. He'll have to trot back to second.
A lot of these guys you'll see in the WCL that are throwing more in the mid to upper 80s are sometimes just the trickiest, most, finesse pitchers you're going to see because they have to. They're not going to overpower guys with their velocity, and these guys can be just as hard to hit, if not harder.
Lee comes set at the belt. 1-2. Grounded into right field and through for a base hit. Kemp's going to give Pupo the wave around third. The throw in from Tyner is not in time. Marcus Galvin, the first run batted in for the Bend Elks in 2026, and it's 1-0.
That was Klee's first mistake pitch, if you're going to call that a mistake pitch. Also his fastest pitching velo, 88 miles an hour there, but just right down the middle. A good job by Galvin getting the barrel around. Hard hit into right field, 96, and the Elks are on the board for their first lead of the year and their first run of the year.
Great job by Galvin. Bat to ball in a 2-strike count. Now Josh Sir. Take low and outside. Man from Vanguard University. Had a phenomenal 2026 year, Will.
Yeah, he got called up. He's going to Long Beach State next year.
Yep.
Good for him.
Just committed recently. Going to be a dirtbag. I love that mascot. 2-0.
Yeah, it's very baseball. I love that.
Well, I believe they changed the rest of the school, but they kept baseball.
You gotta. They have that legacy over there.
And they're always a good group, too.
On the cover of NCAA 06 from EA Sports, Long Beach
That's
State.
a pull.
Yep. Oh!
That one is hit foul, but a lot of power in those legs of Josh Sir. You could just tell.
Hit that ball on top of Spirit Halloween over in left field.
8 home runs, 8 doubles, 27 driven in, a 985 OPS at Vanguard. That's how you make the leap to D1. I mean,
that's how you do it.
Self-explanatory.
Yeah, that was a good-looking swing right there. He kind of hung a slider up and in and pulled it about 50 feet foul, but 97 off the bat. That was a tank.
2 balls, 1 strike. Galvin a short lead off of first. Dancing off there now. Swung on and missed on the slider.
He is taking hacks. It looks like he's kind of sitting on that slider right now. And he got a couple, but swinging out of his shoes right now.
I'm getting a little Luke Voigt, Will.
Yeah, very much.
Yeah.
Great comp.
Just big and vicious hacks.
Yeah, more handsome Luke Voigt.
Back with the dive is Galvin. That flag still limp in left center field, so if you pump one out tonight, it's going to have to be true. Feels like this crowd's only getting better. 2-2, slider just in tight. A good take from Sir and another full count.
It looks like he tried to wear that pitch, and it just broke more and more and more, almost clipped the inside part of the strike zone. Good pitch by Klee right there.
You see the flag there? I mean, it truly isn't moving.
Yeah, no wind right now. That's not super characteristic of Bend in the afternoon.
3-2, popped up, but another vicious hack. Gamino and Villanpando are coming together. It's Gamino calling him off. Make the one-handed catch. 2 outs.
That was in the air for about 10 seconds. Well-located fastball just above the top of the zone at 85. After a few sliders, that's an effective pitch.
Now Mason Elrod, another one of the star additions for the Bend Elks out of Miramar, Florida. Goes to Rollins. Hit .322 this last season, but at USC Union the year before, .419 with a .735 slugging percentage. Runner on the move. Ball misses low. Throw down to second, not in time. The catcher, Marcus Galvin, his first stolen back.
Good throw, too. Just barely beat it right there. That's called stealing on the pitcher. Yeah, Elrod, man, that is insane. A D1 JUCO All-American in 2025. That is elite company.
Just dominated. Misses in tight.
That slider sailed inside a few times there. Hopefully the Elks pick up on that, start hunting fastball.
With a hitter as good as Elrod, too, you can sit one pitch, one spot. Galvin on second. RBI single earlier this frame. That's how the Elks sit. Ahead 1-0. 2-0, 2 gone. Up and in tight. And with an open base, you wonder if Klee will use it. Dangerous hitter, though, on deck in Deuce Sims. Klee at 19 pitches.
First time he's really got behind in the count all game.
It's where he thrives, is getting ahead early. The 3-0 hack, green light, Foul down the right field line.
Man, if you're going to hack 3-0, you cannot be late. That was probably going to be a ball as well, a little bit above the zone. But, hey, with 2 outs and a runner in scoring position, I do not hate the green light with the base open.
You see the vision for sure.
We got a little sunshine poking out here in Bend.
Truly haven't seen that all day. It was
it's been
rain from.
It's been a few days. I turned my sprinklers off.
Don't need to. No need to wash your car either. It'll just get dirtier. 3-1. And it's ball 4 to Mason Elrod. So the first walk for Jack Klee, a guy who thrives at attacking the strike zone. And he'll have to face Deuce Sims with a couple ducks on the pond.
A 3-1 slider out of the zone. That is respect to our boy Elrod over there. Brings up the lefty Deuce. First appearance of the year. Swinging a bomb bat. That's a classic example of a wood bat that is not particularly very much wood. But it looks wood, it sounds wood, it'll do the job.
And they're supposed to not break. But
they kind of still do, honestly. But
I saw that video.
It's like a $300 price point, and you get a 1-year warranty, and they do last noticeably longer than a regular wood bat.
Ball outside. Deuce Sims DHing tonight, was at Central Alabama Community College this last season, but will be at Midway next season. And if you're looking for a scouting report, especially since Deuce has put on some muscle, a lot of power in that bat. 1-0. Called a strike.
Living on that low outside corner, still not overpowering. 84 miles an hour on the fastball there.
Sims was a Bend Elk and a Bend Buck in 2025. They were the lower affiliate of the Elks. 1-1 changeup, just nabbing the outer third.
Nice pitch right there. Got back ahead in the count. Much more favorable position for Klee.
You really got to stay in it with an arm like this. It's probably easy to just go through the motions when you're seeing it at a much slower velocity. 1-2, flared into left center field. Gebhardt's giving it a look. Coming over is the left fielder Burr, and he makes the catch. That was falling fast. But a nice play by Brody Burr to end the first inning.
Yeah, I thought we were going to have a little Texas leaguer there. Just hung up in there a little too long. And Elks cash in for 1, though.
Courtesy of Marcus Galvin. To the second, Elks strike first. We're back in a few moments. Top two here at Vince Ganna Stadium. Brody Burr, Peyton Tyner, Jacob Villanpondo do up this frame. 6, 7, and 8 in the order. And it's still the tall righty Jackson Kendall, who worked out of a jam back in the opening frame. First pitch, just a hair in tight. That looked like a strike. And the sun now, Will, is fully poking through.
And this can actually, you know, it looks pretty, but this can cause an issue for the hitters as the sun starts to set low behind the Cascade Mountains in left field. There's a 1-0 foul ball hits the net.
You love how baseball just rewards you. Brody Burr with the catch to end the last frame, and then you get to start off the next inning at the dish.
Yeah, ran a long way for that. Nice play to get out of the bottom of the first for the Drifters.
In tight, almost hit Burr.
Lost the slider a little bit there, sailed inside about 16 inches. See if we can get back on top here with the 2-1 pitch.
Fouled straight back.
Aggressive hack there, but fastball just climbed up above the zone. Looks like he's got some good carry on that four seam there.
More Bush now, Will, here with Brody Burr.
Yeah, in the first few weeks of WCL play, you're going to see a lot more JUCO NAIA as the D1 guys trickle in from the regionals.
2-2, right back to Kendall. It kicks off the glove, fields it off the bump, throw to first offline. Taking the turn from first to second is Burr. Chasing after it is Elrod in short right field. E1 on Jackson Kendall.
Just heard that throw a little bit. It's just tough to field your position when you have a big fall through like that. You see a lot more of that these days, but tough play, squirted out of his glove and just didn't set his feet, rushed to throw. You see that a lot out of pitchers, unfortunately. It's defense can kind of be an afterthought, but tough play there. Kind of had to reach back across his body.
On a ball that wasn't hit hard, just above his left shoulder, he couldn't glove it. Now Tyner, first pitch, skied, deep left field. Pupo going back on it will make the catch just in front of the track.
Yeah, hit it decent. With that still wind and the high altitude, the ball's going to carry. That's only 85 off the bat, but that dang near got to the warning track. Ended up at 315 feet to dead left right there. So you got to assume anything 90 plus tonight with a decent launch angle is going to have a chance.
Jacob Villalpondo. Now in on the right side. Swung on and missed. Looking to attack Jackson Kendall early, it seems. Early in the count, he's filling up the zone with the sinker, and they're trying to jump on it.
Yeah, he's shown a lot of early count fastballs, and they haven't really done anything with it. So until they can prove that they're going to be on time to that fastball, I think he's going to keep challenging them.
Line down the right field line. It's a fair ball. Rounding third and heading home is Brody Burr. He will score. The throw goes into second from Josh Scherr. And the game is tied on the RBI single from Jacob Villalpondo.
Yeah, well hit there. Caught it really deep in the zone. That's not a super common hit you're going to see out of a righty. A hard hit, low line drive down the right field line there. But good barrel, and Drifters tie it up here in the top of the second.
Austin Takahashi, the designated hitter, batting in the 9-hole, something you don't see every day. Cut on and missed on that first pitch. Might view it as that reverse leadoff spot. Chance to turn the order back over if he gets on base.
Crowd getting into it.
Chopped softly to the right side. Elrod can't get there. Coming over is Jones. Throw to first is past Kendall. A great job backing up by Marcus Galvin. Got to go down as an infield hit, I would guess, with the two infielders ranging over, but lucky it didn't result in an extra base.
Yeah, Kendall was just a little late getting over there. That's probably the second baseman's ball. First base vacated his spot, and he probably would have beat that out. Yep, they're going to give that a knock. Another just weakly hit ball. Not a ton of barrels so far. Kendall's throwing well, but the small ball's getting it done for the Drifters so far.
Back to the top of the order with Aiden Gebhard, who singled to open up this game. Square to bunt, pull back, and take high. Crashing at third was Adam Fulton. 2 straight hits for the Drifters, both singles. Both not hit particularly hard at all. Caught on and missed.
Still sitting 90-91, living high in the zone with that fastball. Great location there on the high outside corner.
Slight shift to the pull side with the lefty bat up. And the shortstop and Will Goodman's ranging over, making sure that runner stays close. Just a hair high at the top of the zone, 2-1. That sinker with the late movement, the hitter's got to stay in it because you can't give up too early.
Absolutely. And with that velo, it's like, I think he probably calls it a sinker. That looks more like a four-seam with ride to me. That's a good pitch at the top zone. Good call by Fisher there, just missed.
2-1. Just slow. I'm sure Kendall feels like he's getting squeezed a tad after those last two.
Yeah, those are good calls, though, that also just missed. We, of course, have no ABS challenge system here in the West Coast League, but those both would have stayed as called.
Now in a big spot out of nowhere. 3-1, 1 out, runners on first and second. And it's ball 4. 3 straight base runners for the Springfield Drifters. 2 singles, and now the walk to Aiden Gebhard. And time is called as pitching coach Wes Harper will run out to have a word.
Yeah, huge spot here. You are 1 ground ball away, but you're also in a lot of trouble at face value here. So huge leverage, high leverage at bat coming up here with the top of the number 2 hitter coming up for the Drifters here as Wes gives him a talk.
Wes has been involved in this program for quite some time. Last year, pitching coach was Jeff Brown, 1 and done. Now he's the pitching coach for the Fresno Grizzlies, single A of the Colorado Rockies. So shout out Jeff, who's mid-season right now.
Yep. Hard part of being a good team. Our coaches get called up quite
There you
often.
go.
But Wes Harper's an excellent, excellent pitching coach. Actually a heck of a pitcher himself. Guy's one of the best circle changeups I've ever seen. Also a guy that's not going to overpower you. He's living in the mid-80s, but guy has a hammer of a changeup.
And he still got it, too. When he pitched
yeah.
in the non-league games this last year, he's finessing you, changeup, fastball mid-80s,
Yeah.
attacking the zone. And that changeup, it just falls off the table every time.
Sneaky good playing shape still.
Nick Camino with the bases juiced. Big swing and a miss.
That's huge right there, getting that first pitch strike over the plate. A pitcher's odds go way up, more so than any other pitch in the count on that first pitch strike.
Each infielder is back looking to turn 2. Swung on and missed to the slider. And now you're absolutely pitching for the punch-out. Some pitches to play with.
Old Wes must have told him something good because that is huge to get on top 0-2 right here. We'll take a ground ball or a strikeout.
Mino walked his first time. 0-2. Shallow center field. Tallarico coming in. He'll make the catch. Runner will tag. There's going to be a play at the plate. Throw comes home past the cutoff man and Elrod. And coming in to score is Jacob Villapando. It's 2-1 Drifters.
Really good job by Gamino right there, staying on that low changeup or slider at the bottom of the zone. Just stuck his bat out, got just enough barrel out in center field, 274 feet. That'll get the job done. Great job being down 0-2 right there to manufacture a run.
Drifters have answered the call here in inning number 2. Now on top. This is LJ Lehue as it misses just high.
Now 2 outs, but you still got a runner in scoring position for the Drifters here. Haven't got out of the jam yet.
Punched out Lehue his first time through. That really eased the tension for Kendall in the first inning and resulted in that 0. Straight back there on the fastball.
Big hack right there. Fastball right down the middle, just a hair late on it. A little bit of an overswing, but I like it.
Lehue, that type of hitter you got to be careful with the pop. Mentioned the heavyweight battle when these two faced off in the first. Slider runs down and in.
Athletic play by Galvin behind the plate right there.
See how long Kendall can go tonight at 44 pitches here in the second. That pitch count already a bit high. You're looking to be around 30 after 2 innings. Swung on and missed, 2-2.
He's really succeeding with that elevated fastball right now. See if he goes back to it. He did get him with the changeup on the first at bat. Let's see what he goes with here.
2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs. Runners on first and second, Drifters on top. 2-1. Up, throw down to second. Elrod wasn't there. He tried to back pick the runner in Takahashi, or that's Gebhard. That was risky. Elrod wasn't there.
Yeah, he would have had him too, but first game of the year, I'm assuming the catcher and first baseman don't quite have their back pick signal dialed in yet. Usually you just kind of come up with something before the game. Lefty batter up might have blocked the view too.
Payoff. Ball 4. Another walk for Jackson Kendall. And the fans growing frustrated. That's walk number 3.
Yeah, needs to lock back in here. Got to forget that. Nothing hurt. Go get this guy. Tough one to lose, though.
It's Muna Heffernan. Bases juiced. First pitch, grounded sharply to the second baseman, and Jones, who corrals it, flipped to second, and Goodman covers with his foot on the bag.
Yeah, Mona Heffernan smoked it right there, but right at him and got out of a huge jam. The Drifters take advantage, though, put 2 runs on the top of the second inning, and take the lead here.
2-1 the score. Muna Heffernan could not add on, but the Drifters on top. Bottom 2 coming up. Bottom half of the second, 7, 8, and 9 coming up for the Bend Elks. 2 runs for the Drifters in the top half. And Springfield leads 2-1. First pitch to Goodman, lined into straightaway center field. Gebhard comes in, slides, and makes the catch. 100 off the bat.
Yeah, Will Goodman, local product out of Bend High School, spent the year at Pepperdine. Hardest hit ball of the day and our first triple-digit exit velo at 100 right there. Jumped all over that, just a little too elevated. You'll take those all day, though. That is a victory as a hitter, a moral victory.
Now be Brandon Jones, left-handed bat, middle infielder. Made that play to end the visitor half of the second. Jones out of Tacoma Community College. Taken tight.
Solid JUCO up in the NWAC. Still working mid-80s with that fastball, mid-70s with that off-speed there. Ball on a strike.
Jack Klee looking to find his groove. Slider, flared, shallow left field. Going back on it is Gamino, and he makes the catch. Quick 2 outs.
Barely squeaked that off the end of the bat. Only 51 exit velo right there, but good pitch on the low and outside changeup from Klee.
Just 1 hit for the Bend Elks, and it was Marcus Galvin's RBI single. This is Adam Fulton to round off the Elks starting 9. You're familiar with this, but Elks use the eye pitch to prep for Jack Klee, and I know you could put in practically any pitcher and get a real look at him.
Yeah, it's literally a pitching machine that you can program to throw exactly like whatever pitcher you want if you have their spin rate, their pitch sequence, their velocities. It's pretty incredible. So these guys each got to take 3 or 4 at-bats off of simulated robot Jack Klee this afternoon. So pretty cool. They're seeing him pretty well. A few hard hit balls so far. Another one right there.
But right at Gebhard, just a couple steps back. And the one-handed grab will end the frame. 1, 2, 3. The Elks go. Jack Klee. A clean second. We roll on to the third. 2-1 Springfield on top. Top 3 here at Vince Scanna Stadium. 2-1 Drifters. Jack Lee with the 1-2-3 home half of the second. Colton Perez, the lefty, stepping in. Sinker runs outside. Aiden O'Neill, Will Taylor, the opener, Friday, May 29th. Hoping to have Will come along for the ride for a lot of these games this season. We had a great time last year. Some big games, too, last season. As that one's grounded on one hop to the second baseman and Jones. One out.
Yeah, I got to call a playoff game or two. That was fun, man.
The one that I remember most was the second game of the doubleheader. It was Elks Pickles.
Yeah.
And Eric Pajunas went complete game. And all the emotion, there was tension, there was fake benches clearing, I guess.
Yeah.
We were having a ball.
Yeah, Pickles versus Elks is always a scrappy game. Those two teams do not like each other on the field, and it is fun to watch.
You need that, though.
You need that. It's good baseball.
It is. First pitch. Sky to shallow center field. Good jump from Aiden Tallarico. No problem.
Great pitch right there. Got him fooled on the slider, way out in front. Again, if I was facing Kendall right now, I'd be selling out early for the fastball, and just to show, like the out is awesome, but to show that you can land that slider first pitch, that just messes with the next guy's approach. So that's huge right there. That's a huge pitch and a huge out. Quick 2 outs for the Elks.
Sun's starting to beam into our eyes here in the press box as that first pitch misses outside. These middle innings every game got to stand almost. Like we're in the spot now where we don't have to, but in one inning from now, oh boy.
Yeah, it's always an issue here. It's a nice little quirk of Vinscona Stadium is you have that sun. It definitely, I think, messes with the hitters more than anyone. The crowd gets beaten down on pretty bad, but it like especially when it gets down close to the horizon, it is tough to see.
1-1, just a hair in tight.
I'm hoping we go long enough tonight that we're going to get to see the new lights out here. It's going to look really good.
So many new additions this year to the Bend Elks. Pretty fun. A lot of continuity, too, remaining. 3-1 count. If you're wondering why this stream looks so much better, Pierce Gordon, producing our games this season, fellow buddy of mine from ASU Cronkite. Go Devils.
Go Utes.
Big 12 foes, Will.
Yeah. Back together again. Yeah, I feel pressure. Pierce is doing such a good job on screen. It looks so professional.
Mm-hmm.
I feel like I'm letting him down on the mic here.
Oh, not at all. 3-2, 2 outs to Peyton Tyner, who flew out in the second. Defense straight up. Fouled away.
Jackson Kendall hoping for a much-needed redemption inning right here to get the pitch count down. 54 pitches so far, and if he can get through this third inning with 55, 57 or so, it's going to be a big win for the Elks.
Here's the 3-2. Got him looking. The backdoor slider from Jackson Kendall.
I'll tell you what, Fisher's zone has been surgically good so far. He has not come close to missing one call, according to our TrackMan. So great backdoor slider painted on the outside corner, and Jackson Kendall appears to be cruising.
Locked in. Bottom 3 when we return on the Bend Elks YouTube page. Bottom of the third inning. 2-1 Drifters on top. Top of the order. Up for the Bend Elks. Looking to finally get through to Jack Klee. Will and I talked during the break. They're hitting him hard, but now it's just about execution. Swung on and missed to Pupo.
Good first pitch changeup right there. Got him chasing.
Eli Pupo, he reached on the air his first time through. Shortstop Villampondo threw it away. Always love when the hometown kids stay right here in Bend, and it really feels like, Will, the community embraces them. Like when you hear Redmond or you hear Bend over the loudspeaker, extra boost.
Gotta love it.
Slider just outside.
I mean, who wouldn't want to spend a summer out here in Bend, man?
It's gorgeous. I was joking too. I feel like the players that just got here are getting the complete wrong impression of Bend in the summer.
Yeah, it's been
pouring
rain, yeah. They all expect it to be rainy.
You think, where did my coach send me?
Usually isn't, yeah. 83 mile an hour fastball evens the count, 2-2.
Pupo came in out of nowhere, fresh off his high school season last year with the Elks. Great plate discipline for his age. Now it's 3-2. The bright neon cleats. You could spot Eli Pupo from the moon.
Very Acuna of him.
The swag. Got him looking on the outside corner. Pupo thought it was ball 4, but that was right there.
That's a good pitch.
That's the first strikeout for Jack Klee.
Just painted the black right there. Doing a good job, man, keeping his pitch count down, only at 35 so far. Nice little 6-pitch at bat, though, right there. Leadoff did his job, saw some pitches at the very least.
Aiden Tallarico from the right side. Grounded out in his first at-bat. The high hands in his stance. Big hack and a miss.
This guy was raking in batting practice yesterday. He has crazy bat speed and a very aggressive hack there, as you can see.
Just looking to do damage.
Yep.
Swung on and missed, 0-2. Tallarico quite aggressive. Also was at USC Union, so him and Mason Elrod became friends there, and now reuniting here in Bend.
Yep. Back-to-back sliders there. Let's see if he goes back to it. Tallarico was way out in front.
He does, and it's fouled away. But that slider even, Will, it's at 70.
Yeah, it's slow. It's almost slow enough to where you can kind of see it out of the hand, but it's also so slow that it makes the 85 look firm, sneaky firm. So I wouldn't be surprised to see a high fastball here even. Oh, back to the slider again, buried it in the dirt.
Aiden Tallarico and head coach Alan Cox built a strong connection in the Carolinas, where manager Cox has a post-grad program there. He spends a lot of time. Met Aiden Tallarico a few years ago, and they've really kept a strong relationship since. It's cool to see it coming full circle back in Bend.
Yeah, Alan's been huge with his connections down in the Carolinas, down south. He's been getting the Elks some really good players over the past couple of years. And that was a well-located fastball down and in at 85 here. Still a 1-2 count.
He's dotting up. Got him swinging. 76, down and away. After entering this frame, Will, with 0 strikeouts, Klee has punched out the first 2 batters here in the third.
Yeah, and he's earned it. Those are a couple fantastic sequences. Aiden did not have one good pitch to hit that entire at-bat. That's just a really good job by Jack Klee.
So Marcus Galvin will step in from the left side. Back foot in the back of the box. Grounded softly to the second baseman, Heffernan. Throw to first, and that will end the inning.
Just a great changeup, first pitch changeup dotted on the low outside corner. A textbook, well-executed inning by Jack Klee.
7 straight batters retired for Klee. who had the Elks number a season ago and is doing it again here at Gena to open 2026. We roll on, fourth inning, when we return. Welcome back to the action here at Vince Gana Stadium. You see the difference, Will and myself, the sun, it's in our eyes as the first pitch is called the strike, 2-1 Drifters.
I got my elevated stool here. I'm doing it right. I can see just fine, man.
No, you're just that much taller than me.
Yeah,
That's all it is.
that is true. I'm super tall.
Oh, just ginormous.
Yep.
1-1. But that's why for these middle innings I usually will stand, get a better view of everything. So we'll see what happens. This is Villapando who will line one sharply off of the glove of Mason Elrod. Recovering it behind him is Goodman, but not in time. A hard hit infield single for Jacob Villapando.
Yep, popped off his glove, but that's a base hit all day. A really good diving attempt to even get a glove on that ball at all. And Goodman with a good attempt to try to get him out at first, but that's a well-hit ball. That's a knock.
Make it a two-hit day now for Jacob Villapando.
Good for him, man.
RBI single in the second. Another knock there. And the bottom of this order have been great. First pitch to Takahashi is fouled away.
So that pitch in there at 87 on the corner, I wonder if he's kind of toying with a cutter or something. Or maybe he just took some off to try to dot that two-seamer right there.
It does seem that way, though.
Big lead off of first.
0-1's fouled away.
Shameless plug here. My brother just had his first career AAA hit, and it was a triple. Let's freaking go.
That is so cool. How about that?
Shout out Johnny.
He's locked in.
All right, back to the Elks.
No, we got to talk about that a little more, Will.
Yeah, dude, I'm stoked.
You don't got to brag too much. It's your bro. Run over.
Good job by Kendall getting ahead of the hitters this inning so far. Up 0-2.
Villapando with a decent lead off of first. Pitch home. Outside. And what's so cool is that John has hit here before.
Oh, yeah.
And, you know, there is still that lineage of the baseball bat bros.
Absolutely, dude. I mean, he'd be filming with me here once a week if it wasn't for him doing
Right.
so dang well in minor league baseball. Keeps getting re-signed and called up. I'm happy for him, man.
You know what I'm manifesting is that we're going to be on the broadcast another time this year, and he's going to be playing for the Rangers.
That would be insane. It is like I always kind of wrote that possibility off, but he's one step away now. kid keeps proving me wrong, man.
So cool.
Proud of John.
Healthy lead. He's going to go 1-2. Swung on and missed. Throw down to second on one hop and couldn't be dug out by Goodman. The stolen base from Villapando. But a punch out on Takahashi. Kendall's fourth.
Yeah, really close to the old strike him out, throw him out, double play right there. Just sailed a little bit short of the bag. Great pitch by Kendall, though. Back in the strikeout column. One out for the Elks.
To the top of the order, it's Aiden Gebhard. Lefty bat. Pitch home. Fouled away.
Jackson closing in on 70 pitches here. His velo is dropping a tiny bit. He's sitting more around 87, 89 at the moment. Pounding the zone well, though. Here's the 0-1.
Fouled away. Still that defense playing to the pull side a bit. Gebhard's reached twice. A single in the first, and he walked in the second.
Another 0-2 count for Jackson Kendall.
Getting ahead of these batters. And a ground ball would get him out of this inning. 5 hits for the Drifters to just 1 for the Elks. The 0-2. Grounded foul.
Really good slider below the zone. Good job spoiling it.
Staying alive, making Kendall's job difficult. And these Drifters, they've had really competitive at-bats. Even when they've gone down, it hasn't been without a fight.
Yeah, nothing electric off the barrel so far, but they're tough outs. Seeing the zone well.
0-2. Got him swinging. Elevated at the top of the zone with the 90-mile-per-hour sinker. And it's strikeout number 5. Back-to-back for Kendall.
Yeah, that's huge right there. He's starting to settle in a little bit more. Pitch count up to 72 now, but reached back for a 9 spot there and got a huge strikeout. Still a runner in scoring position for the Drifters, though.
Wonder how long he goes. He was not used too much as that sinker runs outside with Houston Christian. Only 13 2/3.
Yeah, he didn't really have too much trouble with walks either. He was getting a good amount of punchies. He was just getting hit. And Division I baseball, man, you got a lot of future big league bats you gotta pitch against, and it's just gonna be tough.
Now it's Nick Gamino, Mr. Old School, and I think he got plunked on the elbow guard.
An elbow guard isn't very old school, but I would wear one as well. Yeah, that slider sailed the little arm side. He's been doing that a little bit. But empty base, nothing hurt right there. 3-hitter will come up. 2 outs, runners on first and second now for the Elks. For the Drifters, I should say. Elks trying to get out of the top of the 4th here. Lehue comes up, struck out his first at bat, walked his second at bat, yet to put a ball in play.
Just a big dude from the left side. Elks looking to keep this deficit at 1. Here in the top of the 4th inning. We're flying by so far. Felt like just got going. Sinker just high. I think that might be the first one that Jacob Fisher has missed.
Perhaps he did miss that one, but a very good game behind the plate so far. Would have liked to get ahead of that batter, though.
No ABS in college, and I don't see that happening anytime soon, but you never know, especially in the WCL. 1-0's popped up. Shallow left field. Pupo trailing over. So is Fulton. Foul territory, and it falls there. Good effort from both the left fielder and the third baseman.
Yeah, a lot of foul territory outside of the lines here at Vince Gunness Stadium, and that ball was in play, but there's no way you're going to get to that. That was about 40 feet off the line there into the new cinder blocks, cinder dust.
A lot of improvements to this field with the lights. And you just mentioned new dirt down that left field line, or what did you call it?
The Cinders.
The Cinders. 1-1. Sinker up and outside. Kendall now, you'd guess this will likely be his last inning? You never know, but
The Elks are working in the bullpen a little bit.
looks like that's Ryan McDougal.
Yeah, I would assume they're not going to let him get much past 90 pitches.
Sinker called a strike, and a good job by Kendall getting right back in the zone.
It's a really competitive 2-1 fastball in the inside corner right there. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs. See if Jackson can work himself out of another jam here.
Big pitch incoming. Elks looking to find some momentum. 2-2. Just slow. Good block by Galvin, who was on one knee. And the payoff coming up with the runners going to be on the move. That'll be Villapando at second and Gamino at first.
This is where you want to do the old leg kick step over pickoff move.
Just to check on it.
I get guys in men's league on that all the time.
3-2. Popped up. Foul territory. Fulton will give it a look. And it's a souvenir over by the barbecue deck. Have a couple more games coming up this weekend, too. So if you're not here tonight, make sure you make it out for those. But this crowd has been outstanding. Don't expect anything less from these Elks fans. Payoff. Just inside by a hair. And that's 2 pitches in this at-bat that could have gone either way. A tough walk for Jackson Kendall, and the bases are loaded.
Yeah, that might have caught the corner. He did miss his spot a little bit. That's a coin flip pitch right there. Didn't go the Elks' way, but still have a chance to get out of this unscathed.
And it's Mana Heffernan stepping in. Heffernan grounded out in both plate appearances. Huge spot, though. Sinker up and away. And the one thing you have to do if you're Jackson Kendall is be competitive in this at-bat.
Absolutely. You got to challenge the hitter, make him do something. Heffernan's been pretty active early in the count out of Kaneohe, Hawaii on Oahu there. Beautiful, beautiful rainy town.
Glove pat from Kendall, and it's fouled away.
I was in Kaneohe about 3 months ago. We did a
How about that?
Yeah, we did a video over at the Oahu Baseball Academy.
Very cool. So many good players that come out of Hawaii.
Yeah, I went to the mall there in Kaneohe. I think I went to Ross.
I know you said you got the tie from one of those department stores. Was that not in Hawaii? Or?
Yeah, no, that wasn't from Hawaii. That's a little expensive there. I believe I got this bow tie from Target. It's a clip-on. Yeah,
I like it.
I don't know how to tie them yet.
I don't know how to tie a bow tie either.
Well, let's hope Jackson Kendall does, because we need an out right here. 2-1, 2 outs.
Flared down the right field line. Sir gives it a look, but it's foul near the Elks bullpen. Count is even at 2.
With that mustache, I bet you Jackson Kendall does know how to tie a bow tie. I bet he can do it.
He looks like it.
I bet he can do it with his eyes closed.
Just a lumberjack out there.
Absolutely.
Huge pitch. Where do you go here if you're Kendall?
You know what? Paul Skeens looks like Jackson. Not
I like
the other
that.
way around.
You wonder, is it the sinker?
I'm looking
Or
for
the
that
slider.
elevated sinker again. He's done really well with that.
Here it comes. Ground ball. Softly. Jones at second. Throw to first. The Elks get out of another jam.
Elevated slider right there. Jammed him up a little bit. Nice job getting out of the jam. At 81 pitches, I wouldn't be surprised if that's it for Kendall, but he's showing resilience. He's been getting ahead of hitters. They might bring him back out.
And if it is it for Jackson Kendall in a outing where he has a lot of fans in the stands, he has a lot of family lineage here in Oregon, it was gritty, and he just battled, although it wasn't the prettiest with 5 hits allowed. 2 runs, that gives the Elks a chance to win.
Absolutely.
Home half of the fourth coming up. Jack Clee still going for the Drifters. Home half of the fourth inning. Elks trail 2-1 in the opener here at Vince Genna Stadium. As good as Christmas Day. I woke up today so excited to get to the yard and being able to share it with Will. Awesome stuff.
Appreciate you having me, man. A lot of baseball going on today.
Yeah.
Obviously, the opening day of NCAA regionals. 32 games I think 64 games going on today.
Unreal. First pitch to Josh Sir is a hair low.
32 games, not 64. 64 teams. UCLA going down, Oregon State going down.
The drama.
Busy day, man.
Lined into left field and through for a base hit. Josh Sir has the first hit for the Elks since the first.
And another hard hit ball. They've had plenty of balls over 90 miles an hour. That one 96 off the bat. That's a no-doubter knock for the Elks.
It'll turn it over to Mason Elrod.
Southern Miss lost. Florida State lost. Chaos, man. It is very much like March Madness.
And Pierce is showing us my Devils and Pierce's Devils down 6-4 to Ole Miss. Barn burner in Lincoln, Nebraska in the sixth. First pitch to Elrod's down.
That Nebraska regional has Arizona State, Ole Miss, and Nebraska.
Yeah.
Jeez. That is a stacked regional.
Oh, yeah. And that Big Ten, there's a lot of question marks. I mean, especially after UCLA lost today, like, truly, how good are these teams?
Yeah, it's so much like March Madness where those quote-unquote mid-major schools are so good.
Yeah.
Like, you've seen it time and time again. Coastal Carolina, Fresno State. Those teams win the whole thing.
Yeah.
Rather often. Fullerton, Long Beach State.
And you love that about baseball.
Oregon State. That's what's cool about baseball, man.
Makes it unique. 2-0 to Elrod. He jumped on a 74-mile-per-hour changeup, but was way early.
2-0 changeups, man. That is a gritty, nasty move by a pitcher. As a career hitter, I cringe when I see a 2-0 changeup.
Because you're just thinking heater.
Yeah, I'm missing that ball by a meter.
Changeup flared, shallow center field. Gebhard coming in. He'll make the catch. Retreating to first is Sir.
Gebhard covers a lot of ground out there. That's 2 balls now that he ran a long way for. That's another one I thought would have been a Texas leaguer. Just a really well executed off speed on the outside corner there. Just caught it off at the end of the bat, but another nice play out in center.
It's the lefty, Deuce Sims, who flew out in the first. These fans getting familiar with Deuce after last summer. Swung on and missed.
With the name Deuce, all you have to be is kind of good, and you're going to be the fans' favorite player. They're already coming up with their own little chants for him. This guy can swing it, though. I was taking some beeps with him yesterday. Beautiful lefty swing.
Bat waggle from that side. Check on Sir, who didn't have a big lead at all. Perez will corral it. Deuce this last season. Mentioned how next year he'll be in Midway, but he bat .282 at Central Alabama CC. 2 homers, 15 driven in. That changeup is called a strike on the outside corner.
A little bit of leeway off the outside corner right there, but a great changeup. Still showing pretty good command. Klee only at 54 pitches here in the bottom of the 4th.
Has been in a next level sort of rhythm. Changeup's popped up softly. Left field. Burr is over. Comes in and makes the catch for the second out.
Stayed on that changeup pretty well, but just another really well located off speed on the outside and bottom corner of the plate. There's not a lot you can do with that pitch there. Good job by Klee, and Will Goodman's going to have a chance with 2 outs for the Elks here. Had a hard line out to center, our only ball at 100 or higher off the bat so far today.
One impressive quality so far from Jack Klee has been not walking guys as he checks on Sir. At Chemeketa this past season, Will, he punched out 29 but walked 28. And today, only 1 walk thus far.
Yeah, very interesting. I mean, he's commanding the zone well. Not a huge zone from Fisher behind the plate.
Swung on and missed. This is Will Goodman, who jumped on the first pitch of his first at-bat and scorched a ball right at Gebhard, but it was caught.
Absolutely, and tied him up on a sinker low and in right there. Good pitch. His stuff's pretty effective right now.
Sir on first as that pitch misses outside. Doesn't look like he's going anywhere.
Yeah, it's a pretty traditionally good stealing situation right here. Down by 1, runner on first, 2 outs, but Sir's got about a 4-foot lead over there.
Slider runs outside. You've seen a lot of Will Goodman up close. What do you think makes his swing so good, especially with that hard contact?
Dude, like he comes from a baseball family. He just practices a lot of baseball. The guy's an absolute cage rat. He just works really hard on his game.
And that's lined into left field, just foul.
Man, that landed about 6 inches left of the line. Will Goodman has 2 swings that are good enough for 2 knocks so far, but nothing to show for it yet. We'll reset. 2 balls, 2 strikes, and 2 outs.
And with the 2-out jump for Josh Sir, he would have easily scored.
Yeah, I mean, that would have been huge right there. Runner on first, 2 outs. You are looking for a double.
Brother plays baseball at Occidental. Lineage there, too. 2-2-2 gone. Sir on the move, but he got him swinging. 73-mile-per-hour changeup for Jack Klee, who has been fabulous. His 3rd strikeout of the night. Only 1 run allowed. That roll he was on last summer against the Elks, carrying over. Jackson Kendall's night is done. It looks like Ryan McDougal will be the new pitcher for the Elks when we come back for the 5th. Top of the 5th inning. Gorgeous night here in Bend, Oregon. It's gotten better as the night has gone on. And a new pitcher on the bump, the righty, Ryan McDougal, who will face left-handed bat in Colton Perez. Ryan McDougal just wrapped up his freshman season at Benedictine College from Parker, Colorado. 42 1/3 there with just a 2.34 ERA.
Yeah, had a great year at Benedictine. That's out in Atchison, Kansas. I have a lot of family in Atchison, Kansas. Fun fact.
Wow.
About an hour outside of Lawrence, where the Jayhawks are currently hosting a regional.
2-0 to Perez, misses up. He has a lot of velo on that heater. That one at 91. Was one of 4 members of that Benedictine baseball team, Will, to earn All-Heart honors. So a great year, especially as a young pitcher. But a 4-pitch walk to open up his Bend Elks season, just that fastball sailing on him.
Yeah, last year he had 56 strikeouts to only 35 walks, so hopefully that's just him not all the way loosened up yet. Not super characteristic from McDougal there.
So this is tonight's beer batter. We didn't hit on that in his first 2 at-bats. It's Brody Burr. If he punches out, you get half off beer for a short amount of time, and then the fans just sprint to the concessions.
Good start right there. 82-mile-an-hour slider on the outside, half for a strike. Third of the way there.
We do a little competition in the press box, too. Michael Herco, one of our owners, got first pick tonight. And it's nothing against you, Brody Burr. It's just his pick. That pitch misses low.
I almost see it as a nod of respect.
Yeah.
My brother's the beer batter a lot. I was the beer batter a lot. And it's a nice little challenge.
Yeah.
Keeps you locked in up there. You have something to fight for more than the game itself.
I feel like it depends on the personality.
Yeah, that's true. I loved being beer batter. Because it's a win-win. You get a knock or you make 1,500 people ecstatic.
This is true. Burr reached on the air back in the second and flew out his last time. McDougal still struggling to find that strike zone. Just 1 strike in his first handful of pitches as that one also sails.
Throwing hard. Fastball sitting at about 91 miles an hour so far. Just missing up.
To get that beer batter, you got to work back now.
Absolutely. Neither the hitter or a pitcher wants a walk as the beer batter.
Swung on and missed. 3-2.
That's the spirit.
That's quite the hack on a 3-1 count. And you see our lovely field announcer, who's also serving sign duty, getting the crowd into it.
Burr
Full
just gained
count.
about 1,500 new fans by swinging at that 3-1 slider in the dirt.
That almost seemed like he wanted the challenge in a 3-2 count.
Ring it. I like it.
McDougal comes set. Here it comes. Fouled away. Everybody's got to wait. Edge of your seats.
92 miles an hour on the fastball right there. Coming out of a D3, that's a pretty firm fastball.
It really is, especially if he can start to figure out how to locate it as this outing moves on. Just high ball 4.
Almost got him to chase, too. The crowd was into it. Another fastball at 92 right there.
Brody Burr was worried about flipping the bat on the walk. He almost forgot to take off his gear.
And we'll have a mound visit from Coach Wes.
So 2 walks to start the outing for Ryan McDougal. Top 5 runners on first and second, nobody out. 2-1 the score.
I bet Wes is telling him, listen, bud, you don't walk people. Why are you walking people? He'll introspect a tad, figure out that he's probably a little bit too jittery for what the situation warrants. Hopefully settles back in right here.
And knowing Wes, it's probably as simple as that, too.
Absolutely. He'll shoot you straight. A lot of those times, those mound visits are a lot less sophisticated and heady than you would ever expect. Oftentimes, it's just saying something to distract the pitcher, try to get his mind off of the heat of the moment. They'll ask you, what are you hoping to have for dinner tonight? Just to loosen you up a little bit.
I'd expect a bunt here, Will, with no outs and runners on first and second in this low-scoring affair. Squares around, went for it, and it's fouled straight back.
Another fastball just north of the zone there. That's one of the toughest balls to bunt. A friendly bat boy competition going on right there.
That's one of my favorites when they race for it.
As the Bend Elks bat boy prevails, he's 1-0.
We'll keep tally. Got to expect it again here after he squared around. Gets it down. Right out in front of home plate. Tough play, McDougal. He fields. He throws to first. It's not in time. A bunt for a hit for Peyton Tyner, and they're loaded with no outs.
Peyton Tyner was absolutely cooking down the line right there. Guy's got some wheels.
And the location of the bunt, Will, wasn't particularly great.
No,
but it was just soft enough where he had the speed to get there.
That was legitimately back at the pitcher for a bunt single. You do not see that every day.
Here's Villapando. Take outside. Villapando has had the Elks number tonight. 2 for 2 already with an RBI single. Not the guy Bend wants to face.
Yeah, McDougal needs to start finding the zone here.
Outside, 2-0. Maybe some jitters in his first Bend Elks outing. But you're getting to a spot where you got to come in.
Maintaining his velocity, but perhaps overthrowing a hair.
2-0. Chopped. Softly foul.
That's a good sign right there. Dropped in a 2-0 slider and found the zone well. If you're having trouble with fastball command, you can sometimes get around that by commanding your off speed.
Working guys backwards.
Yep. But a savvy hitter will pick up on that and start sitting slider. So eventually, if you're going to get out of this inning, you need to find that fastball.
Still a hitter's count for Villapando. Called a strike. Goes back to the off speed, and it's 2-2. Ground ball or a strikeout. Elks middle infielders are back. They'll sacrifice that run scoring if they can turn 2 up there. And the corners in Fulton and Elrod creeping in. Low, and it squeaks by Galvin. Coming in and scoring is Perez. Both runners move up, and it's 3-1 Drifters.
Yeah, that hurts right there. It just squeaked between the legs of Galvin. Looked like he thought it was going to hop up quite a bit more. Might have hit the plate and just kind of sunk down on him. Does vacate a base there. And now that will bring the entire Bend Elks infield in to try to cut the run.
You're getting to that point where you need to limit the crooked number. 3-2. Ground ball. Past McDougal and into center field for a base hit. Burr's going to score. Tyner's coming around third. He also will cross home plate. A 2 RBI single for Jacob Villapando, and he has owned the Elks on opening night.
And that's the risk you take with bringing the infield in. With the infield back, that's a routine ground ball, and they'll take the out. That would still be an RBI, but yeah, that's a, you might wonder, why doesn't the infield always come in with a runner on third? That's exactly why. It's a little bit of a gamble. And another just not super hard hit ball, just right into the ground, a 3-hopper up the middle. Just small ball situational hitting, getting it done for the Springfield Drifters so far. It's 5-1.
And Ryan McDougal's night is done without recording an out. New pitcher coming in. Drifters in control. And we're back after this. New pitcher in for the Bend Elks. It's the tall righty Christian Estep. In a jam, no outs recorded by the previous pitcher in Ryan McDougall here in the first inning. And in a pitcher's duel that this game was for the majority of it, Will, now the Drifters feel like they're in a spot where they could pull away.
Yeah, still an opportunity for the Elks to get out of it here. 4-run deficit in the fifth isn't too bad.
Estep, first pitch made Takahashi look silly.
He's got a really unique kind of short army over the top delivery here. Can't tell if that was a fastball or a slider. The way he swung at it made it look like a back foot slider.
And that one hit him. He goes back to the same pitch, but the second one was a bit more in tight. And there's runners on first and second with nobody out. Now 5 consecutive batters have reached base. No outs.
Another bunt situation for the Drifters here. First and second, nobody out.
And I think you got to do it again.
I think you got it too. I wouldn't be surprised. Especially with the guy struggling to find the zone a little bit.
Cut on and missed. He did not square around a bunt. And Aiden Gebhardt, usually those leadoff guys, they're good at those finite fundamental details of laying down a bunt, of swiping a bag, etc.
I think they made him do it last time, so.
That one misses up. Estep from Oklahoma City.
Yeah, barely missed the zone there at 88. Going to be a very backspin heavy fastball with that very over the top zone. That'd be kind of tough to pick up the way he's throwing it.
1-1. Down and then he hit him again.
Same exact pitch, same exact spot right there. He's kind of yanking down glove side a little bit. Dicey spot for the Elks now. Need to make an adjustment quick.
What makes this inning most frustrating, Will, is the Elks have given up 4 free passes. Yep. 2 walks, 2 hit by pitches. That's just giving the Drifters a free rally.
Yep, and these wood bat leagues, especially early in the summer before those players are fully adjusted to wood bats, errors and free passes are often what decides the fate of ball games.
Camino swung on and missed at the first pitch. He's reached twice on 2 free passes, a walk and a hit by pitch his last time through.
Estep showing a little velo right there, popped a 90 on the outside corner.
Bases loaded. Up and outside. Snap throw down to first. And back with a dive is Gebhardt.
First baseman and catcher on the same page finally there. Missing with the 89-mile-an-hour fastball up and away.
Estep didn't work a lot at Rogers State. Just 10 1/3. Had an 8.71 ERA in those frames. Fouls back to 1-1. 10 strikeouts to 9 walks. And 0 hit by pitches. That's an interesting nugget.
Well, he's got 2 already this summer. But a good job getting ahead of this batter with a few strong 90-mile-an-hour fastballs ahead 1-2. The Elks could really use a strikeout right here.
Misses low, and it gets by Galvin. Coming in to score is Gebhardt. Or that's Filippondo, rather. And it's 6-1, Drifters.
Yeah, I would love to have that ball blocked, but those righty sliders that sail inside can be really tough to block because they bounce with the way they're spinning. They bounce even more towards the left of the catcher there, as you saw right there.
Just counted, did the tally. 9 free passes.
Oh.
That's just backbreaking.
Don't tell me that. Yeah, that's rough so far. You hope to not end a game with 9 free passes, let alone have that in the top of the 5th.
A 4 spot for the Drifters and only 2 hits in this frame. Chopped foul. But you hit the nail on the head. I mean, with summer baseball, there's a lot of growing to do at the beginning.
Yep. Absolutely, and a lot of the early season, especially before your entire roster has arrived from their spring seasons, a lot of it is identifying who are our dudes, who are our pitchers that are going to go out there, compete, and throw strikes, who are our guys putting together competitive at-bats.
That one's fouled away. Another good at-bat from Nick Gamino. They've brought that infield back, Will. Now just looking for outs.
Absolutely. Got burned on that last gamble with the infield in, and down 6-1. You're just hoping to get out of the inning, regroup, and put together some good at-bats and chip away at that deficit.
Fouled away. Taking his legs out of that swing, just getting a piece on it.
The Drifters putting together some pretty old-school baseball so far, getting it done via the small ball. I don't think they've hit a ball north of 93 miles an hour off the bat so far today. Just a bunch of walks, hit by pitches, couple pass balls, and some just not particularly hard-hit singles, getting the job done with 6 runs on the board already. And like you said, Aiden, say 9 free passes already. That'll do it.
Popped up. Foul territory. Elrod moving over near the dugout, and he has room.
That's a huge out with runners on second and third right there. But what free passes do, putting runners on first and second to start the inning, it basically eliminates the need for the other team to have to hit extra base hits. You can simply win the game with singles. Whereas Clee isn't really giving the Elks free bases, so our singles just aren't really turning into much. Granted, we only have 2 hits, a few hard hit balls, but it's hard to get stuff going when you don't have base runners.
This is L.J. Lehue, who will take outside. And a big thing that the Drifters had coming into the season, which I noticed during my prep, is a lot of continuity. And the Elks, the opposite. What I mean is turnover from year after year. The Drifters have a ton of returners.
Yeah, and that helps a lot with setting your lineup on day one and knowing like what guys are really going to produce, especially on the mound. Whereas the Elks are trying to figure out, we got all these new arms coming in from all over the country. First few games, as much as you want to win, it's kind of auditions or tryouts, so to speak.
That one called a strike. Lehue's walked twice. Second in the 4th inning.
And with collegiate summer ball, these teams don't have the luxury of having months of practice before the season starts. A lot of these guys arrived this week, fresh off their college seasons.
Grounded softly to the right side, fielded by Jones, throw to first. The run will come in to score in Takahashi, 7-1 Drifters.
And another RBI there via weak contact, and that's the luxury of getting free passes handed to you, as a ball hit 63 miles an hour off the bat was granted a run batted in because they had some free base runners on there. So another run for the Drifters via small ball.
And that brings up Muna Heffernan. Vinny the Elk making his rounds. The best mascot in the West Coast League.
Not even close. You should see Vinny the Elk going crazy at the Christmas parade.
Oh, yeah.
The people love him.
Mm-hmm. An icon, I'd say, in Bend?
Absolutely.
Is that safe to say?
Absolutely. It's about all we got.
Outside. Vinny the Elk might be the biggest celebrity in Bend.
Perhaps him or Rayan Wilson. He lives in Sisters, I suppose.
Little outside of town.
2-0 count here. Falls behind another batter.
That one's fouled away.
Good competitive fastball up in the zone here. Does have a little more wiggle room, though, with first and second base open. However, the Drifters have cashed in for 5 runs here in the top of the 5th inning. Like you were saying, Aiden, it was kind of a pitcher's duel before that. Having Paul Skeen's lookalike pulled from the game seemed like a good decision at the time, but you'd almost like to see him face a few more batters, but tough to see in the moment.
Galvin continuing to work. Heffernan 0 for 3. Runner on third, and Aiden Gebhard. This crowd, though, they're sticking around, hoping for some late inning fireworks. We still got a long way to go. This 5th inning has felt like a millennium. As there's another walk, make that the 10th free pass of the night.
Woof. Well, good chance to get out of it still. First and third, 2 outs here. Lefty heavy lineup for the Drifters as Colton Perez comes to the plate.
Yeah, Perez, a part of this plethora of walks. In this 5th inning alone, 5 free passes. That's to 9 batters. Called a strike. I mean, it's the cardinal sin of baseball.
Yeah, there's just not much you can do defensively to work out of that either. That's the equivalent of having 5 pass interferences on a football drive.
Grounded softly to the first baseman, and Elrod. He'll grab it, touch first, and that will end the inning. Almost a sarcastic cheer from the Elks fans.
Good things happen when you force the batters to put the ball in play, especially when they haven't proven to you that they're going to be doing much damage yet. But the Elks are going to have to answer down 1-7 after 4.5.
Home half coming up. Elks trail 7-1. Bottom 5. Elks down 7-1 in a game that was ultra close for a while. Now kind of slipping through their fingers. And still, after sitting for almost 40 minutes, it felt like, Will, it's Jack Cleat.
Jack Cleat cruising out there, only 62 pitches, entering his 5th inning of work here, showing good command of the zone. And right as I say that, he falls behind 2-0. And that is how the Elks are going to need to work back into this. They're going to need a couple gifts from the Drifters pitching. They're going to need a few free passes, which they have not had many of.
You can just keep going with that then.
3-0. Well, I better start talking about how good Jack Cleat's command is. Shown a great ability to get his slider over for a strike. Great job throwing his changeup to lefties. And that fastball has been sneaky quick.
That one called a strike at the bell.
As he lands a 81-mile-an-hour fastball at the top of the zone for a strike.
8-9-1 due up this inning for the Elks. This is Braden Jones, who popped out in his lone at-bat of the night. That one also fouled away. I mean, the scorebook kind of tells the story. Just a lack of at-bats for the Elks with only 2 hits.
And some hard hit balls as well. That's baseball. It's not all hitting it hard. It's not all hitting home runs. It's not even all catching barrels. It's what you do with the opportunities given to you. And Clee's showing a good job of battling back down 3-0 right here with some off speed.
That one squeaked by first base coach David Diaz. New first base coach for the Elks, Johnny Kemp.
As an infield coach, I would have loved to see Diaz try to make a play on that ball, but the hands remained in the pockets.
They did. Change up, that was way outside, but it's called a strike. That's a tough break.
That's right. That's a summer ball call. That's what's going to happen. You're not going to get a big league style, very small zone in college summer league, no matter where you go. So a competitive pitch, a change up, just a couple balls off the outside corner right there, and maybe a ball, but a really good pitch from Jack Klee right there to get out of that first batter after down 3-0.
4 punch outs for Klee, 2 of them by the looking variety. First pitch to Fulton misses low. Fulton lined out to the center fielder in Gebhard, who has covered so much ground tonight. A lot of Elks have had that same story.
And Klee falls behind a second consecutive batter, 2-0 here. See if the Elks can do something with it. Did a good job battling back a moment ago.
Adam Fulton out of George Fox University. Lined into center. Another hit. Elks haven't had a ton of those tonight, just number 3. And hoping to kickstart something here in the 5th.
Great swing on that fastball down the middle. 96 miles an hour off the bat up the middle right there. Solid knock for the George Fox Bruin.
To the top with Eli Pupo. And time is called. You wonder, is this the end of the outing for Jack Klee? And it is. Signaling to the bullpen is head coach Jeff Lyle. Jack Klee's night is done, Will. 72 pitches. We'll call it 4 1/3. Only 1 run allowed, and that run that's on first will be his, but all in all, a great outing.
Yep, I think the Elks dugout is a little bit relieved to see him get out of the zone. Not overpowering stuff by any means whatsoever, but had the Elks a little bit off balance, and more than anything just wasn't giving them a lot of advantage counts, wasn't giving them a lot of free bases, and they just couldn't do much off of him there. It's still, not too late into the game, but just not enough base runners for Ben so far. And that'll bring in the lefty for a lefty-lefty matchup with Pupo.
Tristan Mallory, the lefty, will enter when we come back after this. Gorgeous night here at Vince Scanna Stadium. New pitcher in is the lefty Tristan Mallory. And you see those new lights here at Gena. Gorgeous. They're dark sky certified. They don't pollute the sky at all, Will.
Yeah,
and you've already hit on the field, and you've seen them in action.
It's kind of funky because, on camera, you can't even see that the lights are on. But if you're on the field, you'd see them blaring down at you. It's kind of really cool how – oh, there's a knock for the Elks right there. That's what we needed.
Through the right side. Going from first to third is Adam Fulton. The throw's going to go into – well, it goes all the way to third. That looked like it was going into second. A hustle double for Eli Pupo. A bad decision from the right fielder, Tyner. And the Elks have 2 runners in scoring position.
Yeah, Pupo saw second base vacated there, took a risk. I think that might have been a close play at second, but I don't think Tyner saw him run into second with those black pinstripe uniforms camouflaging in with the night. Pupo snuck into second base, and the Elks are cooking with 2 runners in scoring position and 1 out with their 2-batter up.
And one of their best hitters in Aiden Tallarico. Looking to make his mark as that one gets by the catcher, and Lehue coming in to score is Fulton. 1-hop throw to the new arm, and Mallory's not there. 7-2.
And shout out to this Bend Elks crowd for staying in the game. They're just lighting up seeing a run scored by the Elks. Now it is 7-2, a much more manageable deficit. And another run awaiting hopefully at third base for Aiden Tallarico.
He just puts the ball in play. A run should score with the infield all the way back. Big hack and a miss. I think we're going to get used to these just big swings, like leaving earth with it.
Aiden Tallarico wants nothing more than to put a ball on top of the grocery outlet on his first night here with the Bend Elks.
Outside. Lehue keeps it in front of him. Tallarico tonight will 0 for 2 with a strikeout. But it feels like it's only a matter of time before he makes his impression here in Bend.
Yeah, his style of hitting, just really swinging hard, being very aggressive in the zone. You're going to have a good amount of swing and miss, a good amount of strikeouts typically. But you're kind of gambling to get those big, high barrel rate, big damage hits. A lot of extra base hits, a lot of home runs.
2-2. Outside. Tallarico still undecided as where he'll be next season, but you feel like a big summer would open the door for practically anything.
Yeah, and he had such an electric spring. I feel like he has probably a pretty good option, but, I mean, he's out here to prove that he can help a big D1 team.
They walked him just high, maybe a hair outside, but regardless, the Elks will take it.
Nice at bat there. Aiden Tallarico, good job not chasing that up and away fastball. That was very close, though. Now Gallivan will come up with runners on first and third. Let's see if the Elks try to get Tallarico up to second here to get out of the double play situation.
This lefty, Tristan Mallory, just wrapped up his freshman campaign at Bushnell. Another Bushnell guy.
Yep, they even have a couple coaches in that dugout, I believe.
And it's Marcus Galvin stepping in for the Bend Elks. Runners on the corners with 1 out. You see the Drifters put up 5 runs in a frame. No reason why the Elks can't do the same. On the move is the runner. Throw down to second, not in time. Aiden Tallarico, his first stolen base as an Elk. He's got wheels.
Yeah, that's huge right there. I don't even think he really went off a first movement on the lefty, but he was scooting down that line, and a good job by the Elks coaching staff putting that on and getting themselves out of a double play situation there. And a knock could get this thing within 3 runs.
Had 23 bags with Florida Southwestern.
23 bags. He put up numbers, man.
Oh, yeah. 17 bombs, 72 runs batted in, 23 stolen bases.
Our GM Herco was telling me about Aiden all spring. He was very excited to bring him in.
Oh, yeah. Base hit would get the Elks closer. That one just a bit high. Galvin already had an RBI single back in the first.
Mallory does not want to lose Galvin here. He has the lefty-lefty matchup. He does have the base open, but the Elks have a righty waiting on deck.
Called a strike. It's
just steers that one in at 82 miles an hour. he knows the situation's favorable for him here and definitely wants to pitch to Galvin here.
Quintessential when you're a lefty to attack left-handed batters, even with that open base. And he walked him. A big base on balls that will bring up Joshua Sir with the bases loaded.
And I can already tell you just from seeing a couple at bats, Sir is a very good looking bat. Very aggressive swings, a couple hard hit balls already. And this is a very promising situation for the Elks. The crowd can kind of feel the momentum shifting as the Drifters look like they might make a pitching change here.
Looks to be pitching coach Dean Stiles.
No, they're just going to talk to him here.
Stiles, a long lineage in college baseball.
Yeah.
See a note here. Well, he actually was the assistant GM of the Bend Bandits in the Western Baseball League in 1992.
Shout out to the Bend Bandits, the old tenants of Vince Kennis Stadium here. I went to a Bandits game when I was like 4 years old, dude. I don't even remember it, but I have a picture of it.
And that's what I find so cool about you now.
Yeah.
Back here, I'm sure it's crazy for you. We talked about full circle moments earlier,
Yeah.
but that's the definition of it.
I know, dude. I've been at this field a lot for a long time. Not as much as our GM Michael Herco, but I'm a day one Elks fan.
All right, Josh Sir, bases loaded. Swung on and missed. I mean, we're one big swing away from Sir, and we know he's got it in him from a one-run ball game.
Absolutely. That would be electric. I want to see the new light show tested out. Little foreshadowing. These new LED dark sky certified field lights do have some flashy capabilities.
0-1, grounded softly to the left side, fielded by Gamino, ranging to his left, the throw to second's in time. Pupo, though, will come in to score. It's an RBI fielder's choice from Sir, and it's 7-3.
Yeah, Mallory working with either a slow fastball that he's just steering in there or perhaps a cutter or a sinker, splitter, something like that. A slight speed deviation from his fastball had Sir just a little out in front on those first two pitches right there. And sure, you wish he had that one back off the end of the bat. Still got a run in, and the deficit is down to 4 now for the Elks.
Mason Elrod. That one misses low. Fans having some fun with the chants. I wish I could fully make out what they were saying.
They're doing the old "you bum" chirps.
Right.
Yep.
Like the friendly ones?
Yeah. Hopefully it's moderately friendly. We like to keep it PG here at Vince Kennis Stadium. And as you can see on the video stream here, just the difference in lighting from this year to last year, just much brighter overall on the field, and you don't have that yellow old school tint that you used to have with those 1970s lights up there. A nice true daylight white.
2-0 changeup outside.
And he falls behind 3-0 here, and the Elks are smelling blood.
You can sit one pitch, one spot. And the lack of command from Tristan Mallory is really getting him in trouble. Ball 4. Another walk, the third of the inning for Mallory. And just like that, the tying run is coming to the plate.
The Elks fans are letting the Drifters hear it. They want to see the Elks back on top here. Let's see what Deuce can do for them.
You hear the deuce echoing Genna. Blow the roof off this place, if there was one. That misses low.
And as a hitter here, getting ahead 1-0, you are looking for just a grooved fastball because you try to hop inside the pitcher's mind. There's a lot more pressure on him in this situation. Down in the count, he's scared to walk someone, right? So you're looking to do some damage.
2-0.
And even more so right here, you're kind of weighing the balance of, do I want to be patient as a hitter and play for the walk, or do I want to really expect a ball in the zone? I lean more towards the latter. I'm looking to clear the bases on one swing right here.
2 outs, bases loaded. Fastball grounded softly up the middle. Is anybody there in time? They're not. It's kicked by the second baseman in Heffernan. Aggressive base running from Sir. He'll score. 7-5.
I don't know if they would have had a play on that ball, even if you fielded it cleanly. I'm not sure if they're going to give that a hit or an error there. I would presume it's going to be a hit. But that is, they did that in Springfield Drifter style, a little small ball and 69-mile-an-hour nubber off the end of the bat up the middle. But the Elks cash in. That's what base runners will do for you. You don't necessarily have to put the ball in the gap to produce some runs. And just like that, we have a 2-run ball game.
And it's Will Goodman representing that go-ahead run. Swings through it. This 5th inning, Will, has been longer than the rest of the entire game.
Hey, I'm here for it, man. This is entertaining baseball. This is entertaining baseball. The top half wasn't quite so entertaining. Thank you all for hanging with us.
Elrod on second, Sims on first. Changeup down and away.
And they do indeed give Deuce an infield single on that nubber up the middle. We will take it. The Elks still pretty early in the game. Now have the go-ahead run at the plate.
Will Goodman 0 for 2, but a line out in his first debut, hit hard. Mallory misses low, and just ever since he's entered, it hasn't been there for the Southpaw.
And I know Will Goodman has just enough juice to put a ball out of here, because about 2 years ago, I filmed with Will on this field, and he hit his first ball he has ever hit out of Vince Guenna Stadium in our little batting practice session.
Will squared.
Yep. I hit a lot more home runs than him, I will say.
3-1. He doesn't have the grown man strength yet.
No, but Goodman is a much better bat-to-ball hitter. He's faster, much better defender, better-looking fella. So he's got me in a lot of categories. I do have a little more juice than him, though. I will claim that. And he's going to have a chance here. 3-1 count. Nowhere to put him.
Called a strike, and that was a gift.
And the Bend Elks fans are letting Fisher hear it, as they did not approve of that fastball. That was definitely a little bit off the plate. But, again, summer ball Wood Bat League zone, it's going to be expanded. That's to be expected.
Got a big pitch coming up. 3-2, 2 outs, runners on first and second, 7-5. The Drifters in the bottom of the 5th. Swung on and missed, strike 3. Went to the changeup, and it felt like that 3-1 called strike changed the complexion of the AB because it forces Goodman to swing at that pitch.
Yeah, that's tough right there, but the Elks make this thing a relatively new ball game as we end the 5th 7-5. Could have been much, much worse the way that top of the 5th was looking.
Do not go anywhere. Good old battle we got here at Guenham. 7-5 to the 6th we go. Back here at Gena. Top of the 6th inning, 7-5 the score. Springfield on top, and another new arm for the Elks. It's Jared Robles as his first pitch misses in tight. This is already arm number 4 for Ben.
Jared Robles, a righty from Cal State, LA.
That one fouled back. This is Brody Burr. It's Burr, Tyner, and Villapando due up.
Robles with a solid campaign in 2026 with Cal State LA. Almost 40 innings pitched, only a 3.66 ERA. A lot of work.
Called a strike, and a funky delivery he's got. It would be tough to pick up in that box.
Yeah, it's giving a little Sergio Romo right now. A heavy 89-mile-per-hour sinker on the inside corner right there.
This is the beer batter. 1-2. Chopped softly. Coming in is Fulton. He'll field and throw. Got him. Great play from Adam Fulton.
Nice play by Fulton right there. That looks like a shortstop at third base. Love to see it. And those are those little nubbers that the Drifters have been giving the Elks trouble with. But a nice play to get the first out of the inning. And that's a great feeling, getting that first batter after a rocky couple innings with a lot of free bases.
Speaking of Adam Fulton, Will, in all of 2026, 33 games played, 0 errors.
Ooh.
Just outside. And you can see it with the quick hands. Got rid of that quickly.
George Fox produces good players out there. That's a really solid D3 program up in Newburgh, Oregon. I've done a lot of my videos out there.
Fouled back. This is Peyton Tyner, who's 1 for 3.
With that speed that Peyton Tyner showed his last at bat with his bunt single right back to the pitcher, I legitimately Googled if he's related to Thomas Tyner, the former Oregon Ducks running back. Aloha High School legend, but I don't believe that's true. I think he's from Eugene, so.
That would have been a deep pull.
That would have been a deep pull. He was so fast, I was like, dude, maybe.
I mean, we saw those burners so far tonight. Robles is 2-1. Called a strike at 89. And he's really deceptive, hiding that ball for quite some time. I feel like from the press box, it just magically pops out at the last second.
Yeah, this guy is a pitcher's pitcher. I love this delivery. He looks like a big league reliever out there.
Down the left field line, it's a fair ball. Pupo's going to cut it off before it goes to the corner. Rounding first and heading to second is Tyner. He booted it when trying to pick it up, but it would have been a double regardless. A one-out runner in scoring position for Springfield.
Man, what a swing by Peyton Tyner right there. That's a slider buried about 6 inches below the zone. That might have been in the dirt, and he somehow inside outs it. Decently hard hit over the third baseman's head for a one-out double.
Jacob Villapando. And we can't overemphasize how dominant he's been over the Elks tonight. 3 for 3 with 3 runs batted in. First pitch outside. Galvin now is the runner caught up in between first and second, but didn't see it in time. Or in between second and third. Villapando from Fresno City Community College. He'll take a strike. Originally from Bakersfield, California. And no recorded stats in 2026, but in 25 with Fresno City College. 29 hits, 5 doubles, 3 home runs.
And a solid fastball on the outside edge there for Robles. 88 miles an hour on the sinker. Couple Fresno City boys on the Elks this summer, too.
Noble Ortega. Also see him at some point. That one just a bit down and away.
As Robles reaches back with a 90-mile-an-hour fastball.
With how Robles has been a workhorse all season long, he could go a couple innings. Got him swinging. Went to the fastball, up and in tight.
That's a great pitch right there. Yeah, Robles is looking in midseason form. Tied him up with the up and in 90-mile-an-hour fastball right there. And the Elks have 2 outs. A runner is chilling in scoring position, though, as we have a close ball game now.
Would be a critical run of insurance for the Drifters as the first pitch to Takahashi is low. He's 1 for 2, reached on a hit by pitch his last at-bat, and I'm sure Alan Cox and company in that dugout are just frustrated from that last inning because you take away the free passes, you're on top. It's a much more comfortable game.
Absolutely, but with kind of how dicey the Drifters bullpen is looking so far, I think this game is far from over. A nice pitch on the low and outside corner there from Robles, evens it up 1-1.
If you want to blame anybody for this game now taking some time after the quick start, it's Will and myself saying it was rolling, as that's lined up the middle and through for a base hit. Getting the send around third is Tyner. The throw from Talarico's cut off, and the Drifters add on. It's 8-5.
And one of their few earned runs of the game right there, as they put together a nice little sequence there with a double and a single. A good pitch there, bottom of the zone, 89 miles an hour, but again, just not hard hit at all. Just seeing eye single right up the middle, 88 miles an hour off the bat, and that'll do the job right there. Nothing crazy, but the Drifters small ball in the Elks pretty effectively so far.
Aiden Gebhardt down and in tight. 8-5 the score. A whole lot of runs here in the opening night. A year ago, Will, 2-1 was the score in the opener. So it was a pitcher's duel, and the Elks lost to the Ridgefield Raptors.
This is
long on and miss.
This is more fun for the fans. They came out here. It was rainy all day. Give them a good 3.5 hours of baseball.
It's perfect. You get out of the house, and you get to watch some ball. It's slow. It is chilly, though. We have this window open, and it's getting colder.
For a Bendite, it's not very cold.
Yeah, I live in Arizona all the year. You got to cut me some slack.
I understand. I'm sitting between a couple Phoenix and Tempe boys, and they think this is cold. This is lovely.
Grounded to the right side. Fielded by Jones. Throw to first. That will end the inning, but not after. The Springfield Drifters, courtesy of Austin Takahashi, knocking another run. 8-5, bottom 6 after this. Same arm for the Drifters. It's the lefty Tristan Mallory, who struggled last inning, but a boost of confidence from Jeff Lyle as the first pitch is chopped right back to him. A flip to first. 1 out.
Tied him up there. Might have been sitting slider, got the up and in fastball, and just not a swing you like to see as a hitter. I'm sure he wanted that one back, but get him next time.
Adam Fulton with 1 out in the 6th. 8-5 Springfield. We were looking at the stats of the left-handed arm in Tristan Mallory, and he was really good this last season, Will. A 1.99 ERA as a freshman. 22 2/3.
And even more so than Clee, he's not an overpowering pitcher whatsoever. He throws rather slow, fastball sitting in the low 80s, and just slow enough to where it's going to be a little bit tricky and just not the same timing that these Elks hitters are used to.
3-0 to Fulton. He singled his last time.
And yeah, that's what's kind of weird, seeing Mallory get behind these hitters, because he did not show that this spring at Bushnell.
21 punch-outs to 15 walks. That's a good ratio. That one called a strike. For a guy like Adam Fulton, if the bat just comes along for the ride every once in a while, he could find himself in this lineup because of the glove. That's ball 4. So Fulton's reached twice. Back to the top of the order. This could be the inning, Will, where we already thought it was getting close, but this game could really become interesting.
Elks fans seem to think so. Energy's increasing steadily as the top of the lineup comes up for the Bend Elks, and I wouldn't be surprised to see Fulton moving here at first. Pretty strong lead.
Pitch comes home as it skips into Lehue. Pupo has reached twice on an error in the first, and then he singled in that 5th inning where the Elks plated 4.
Tell you what, I don't hate a little drag bunt or push bunt right here.
With the lefty falling off on the third base side, you got to think about it.
Hard swing at the high fastball there, pops it foul. I do understand, though, these college players coming to try to improve their resume, letting them swing the bat, even in bunt situations. At the end of the day, one of our primary objectives here is to develop our players. Not at the expense of wins, but ooh, kind of one of those balk moves right there from Mallory. That's a really interesting rule where a left-handed pitcher can pick off to first base, and they can look like they're almost completely going home and throw it to first and still get away with it. It's a subjective decision by the umpire.
1-1, misses low, but a great block from Lehue, keeping it in front. And one thing I want to mention, Pupo and Mallory, teammates, both were freshmen last year, so I'm sure they've shared some of those moments of growing into that program, and probably an inner squad too.
And that they know each other. Do you think personally, there's that balk move again, do you think that's more of an advantage for the hitter or the pitcher, knowing who you're facing?
I'd say the pitcher, but I don't know.
I think it's an advantage to the hitter because as a hitter, you know what the pitcher thinks you're bad at, and you can attack what he thinks you're going to do to you.
Now, if you're just looking at it at face value, left on left, you'd give the advantage to Mallory, but
very valid. I am noticing a trend that I kind of like. It feels like there is less emphasis on right, left on left specialist matchups.
For sure.
In the last few years in professional baseball.
Runner's going to go, misses low, and Fulton's going to get there with ease.
That's huge right there. Any run that Elks can get from here on out is massive, especially just the difference between 2 runs and 3 runs alone is massive. You can drive in 2 runs with a single. To get 3 runs in, you need a lot more to happen. So,
3 balls, 2 strikes, 1 out. Runner on second and Fulton, 8-5 Drifters in the top of the 6th.
Another walk here would be huge. There it is.
Just a hair in tight. Tristan Mallory continues to be plagued by the free pass, Will. If I'm calculating this correctly, that's number 5 from just the southpaw.
Yeah, very uncharacteristic from Tristan Mallory. He's a command, force contact type of guy out of a good baseball program, South Medford High School.
And here you go, the bop.
And now, on paper, the most damaging hitter for the Bend Elks in Aiden Tallarico.
Still looking to break through with that big swing. The bender called a strike at 74.
That ball's probably off the plate a little bit, but a good backdoor slider right there for Mallory to get ahead 0-1.
Reached on a walk his last time and then stole a base. Speed on the bases with Fulton on second and Pupo on first. Popped up. Foul territory. Trailing over is Perez, and he makes the catch. No, he doesn't. It was in his glove, Will, and it popped out near the dugout.
Even if he had caught that ball, I questioned if he was out of play or not.
I agree.
I saw the umpire over there. I think he was actually going to call it in play if he did catch it, but he was right on that dugout fence line.
That ball was in the back of the web and popped out.
Yeah, big break for the Elks in Tallarico here. Let's see if they can capitalize on it. 0-2 count, though.
Here it is. Miss is low, and it's another block by Lehue. That big frame behind the dish. Really athletic and mobile with these blocks.
Yeah, he's solid back there. Tallarico's just an aggressive hitter, man. That ball was 2 feet in front of the plate, and he was still just irking at it. Hopefully he gets a pitch to hit here.
1-2. Fouled away. Good fight. And the longer you go in an at-bat like this, higher probability of a mistake.
Absolutely, and that's a fastball. He was just all over. It was well located below the zone. I don't think they're going to give him another fastball. I think they're going to try to get him out with the slider here. Hopefully Tallarico can stay on it. He is very on time, to say the least.
Making Mallory's job difficult. That one's outside, 2-2.
And Mallory's kind of making Mallory's job difficult because he's not locating the slider this at-bat very well outside of that first pitch. That was kind of a gift from the umpire. But going deep into the at-bat here, they might have to challenge him again. Let's see. I'd throw him another slider.
Looking to do some damage. Fouled straight back. On time.
Yeah.
That's how you know it when it's right back.
Well-located fastball, high and outside there. Competitive at-bat in a high-leverage situation right here. This is good baseball.
Staying alive, echoing the Gana speakers. Tallarico hunting a mistake. Breaking ball lined to the shortstop, and it's past the glove of Villanpando. Rounding third and heading home is Fulton. 8-6, and the emotion from Aiden Tallarico at first. We're giving that a hit. That ball was 92 off the bat.
Yep, that's absolutely a knock. I think it was hit a little bit harder than the shortstop expected right there. And a huge spot for the Elks right there. That almost kind of looked like a little double play-ish, but that was a well-located slider. Mallory executed the pitch that he needed to execute, a slider below the zone, but a very swingable pitch. And Tallarico, just a great two-strike piece of hitting, is going to chase Mallory out of the game.
The lefty is done. Jeff Lyle gave him a long leash. But that'll do, and you can already tell it's just one hit for Aiden Tallarico, but the definition of a spark plug, plays with a lot of emotion. You love it. One gone, new arm coming in, Elks knocking on the door. Picturesque night here in Bend, Oregon. Friday night baseball, the first of many. A long summer for these players and all of us. But the best part, or one of the best parts about Bend, is this weather. And look at that, Will. You see it every night.
Aubrey Butte looking gorgeous out there. Little sunset poking through the clouds. Temperature stayed pretty steady, 52 degrees, and despite what you guys may think, that is a rather balmy evening in Bend, Oregon. It'll heat up this summer, but based on what we've been having lately, we'll take 52 degrees all day. I'd film in 52 degrees any day of the week, bro.
Are you putting shorts on in 52 degrees?
Oh, yeah, yep, absolutely.
Well, I feel like I need to toughen up then.
I'll go down to about 38, 39 degrees. Below that, it gets a little rough. I can't really talk. My mouth gets numb. So the Elks coming back up. 1 out. Runners on first and second. A lot of momentum on their side here. Heart of the order is up.
And it's Tristan Ledbetter, the righty. This first pitch misses low from Umpqua, originally from Winston, Oregon. Finished up his freshman season there. Was a workhorse, 58 2/3, 4.25 ERA.
Started 7 games for Umpqua Community College.
Fouled away, 1-1.
Aggressive swing from Galvin right there. It looks really comfortable in the box. Again, not a firm fastball right here. He's going to have to rely on his off speed and living on the corners of the plate. Only an 84-mile-an-hour fastball right there from Tristan Ledbetter.
On second is Eli Pupo. On first is Tallarico, and Galvin represents the go-ahead run here in the 6th. That one's fouled right back. He had the RBI single in the first inning to kickstart the Elks offense, and since that moment, Will, each at-bat has been competitive.
Absolutely. Really good-looking left-handed swing right there. Just a great 1-1 pitch. 76-mile-an-hour slider right on the outside black. Good backdoor pitch.
Now looking to battle. Heffernan shading to his right at second base. Check swing on a ball that missed outside. He did not go, according to our base umpire tonight.
Yeah, good call by Rencher there. I don't think he quite went all the way around. Our base umpires, JT Renchler and Jacob Fisher behind the plate.
Josh Sir waiting on deck. Then you have Elrod after him. Got him swinging on a changeup on the outside corner. And Galvin chased. 2 outs.
Tricky pitch right there. I'm sure he thought that was going to be a slider, and it just stayed off the plate outside. That can be a tricky pitch to read as a left-handed hitter. But the Elks still have a chance to tie this one up with an extra base hit, as they have the heavy-hitting Joshua Sir. Great-looking right-handed swing, looking to do some damage here.
Same thing with Sir and Tallarico. Just waiting for that moment. Foul back. Sir singled and had an RBI in the 5th inning on a ground out. That single came back in the 4th. The tall, stalwart stance from the right side. Hands high. Looking to get to Ledbetter. Oh, 1. Called a strike. It's 0-2.
Got a good-looking fastball to hit there. Probably sitting slider, understandably. Not a very overpowering fastball, but going to have to bear down with 2 strikes and 2 outs here. The Elks need a knock.
Ledbetter's pounded the zone since entering. That ball is yanked foul. But it might be across the street.
I believe he did that earlier in the game as well. That ball peppered the old Rite Aid in foul territory. Way foul. He's got to straighten that out. That was a good pitch to hit on 0-2. I don't think he's going to get a slider again.
If you hang it, he'll probably bang it again, too. That's a broken bat. Nubber up the third baseline as it goes foul. And Sir will have to get a new piece of lumber.
Great pitch, 85 on the hands right there. He was not happy about breaking his bat. And that is one unique challenge that these aluminum bat college hitters have to face, is they can no longer rely on having one bat in their bat bag, because just the reality of these wood bat leagues, you're going to break a lot of your bats. And I can already tell you he just came up with one of the team bats that I donated to them earlier. This is the Louisville Slugger RA13 Acuna wood composite. And this bat will not break. This is a rubber composite reinforced handle and a natural wood barrel. So he shouldn't have to worry about that this time.
Foul, and that ball was scorched. Johnny Kemp is counting his blessings. That is just hilarious.
Good. That's a good first swing out of my bat. That's a 33.5 drop three.
Well, the thing is, too, is bats cost money.
I know.
And they're college kids.
I just figured that would happen at least once this opening game, and these guys aren't going to have a backup bat.
Right.
He probably just broke $220 worth of lumber.
Exactly.
Right there. Hopefully he's got a warranty on it.
Just sawed off on a fastball.
Very sawed off.
0-2 fouled away. Sir just keeps on fighting. Make that 3 straight foul balls.
Really good at bat. Another great fastball there, top of the zone at 85. The fans are into it. This is a very competitive baseball game so far.
In a year at Vanguard where their squad wasn't too hot, 12-38. Josh Sir was that bright spot and looking to do the same here. Got him swinging, though. He chased down and away, and that will end the inning.
Great job by Tristan Ledbetter right there, burying a slider. Fantastic job getting out of that inning and halting the Elks' momentum.
Couple more runners left on base for Bend. They trail 8-6 in an ultra-competitive opening night contest. Top of the 7th frame. Elks and Drifters. First game of a 3-game set between these two foes, with Springfield on top 8-6, and the heart of their order coming up 2, 3, and 4. Aiden O'Neill, Will Taylor up in the broadcast booth. Well, we're having some fun, and both of these teams have made this game very, very down to the wire as we enter these final 3 innings.
Yep, some rocky spots out of the bullpen on both sides so far, but seen a couple relievers come in, and Robles has been a good bright spot for the Elks so far as he gets ahead 0-2 on the first batter of the inning.
This is Nick Amino, who reached twice tonight on a walk and a hit by pitch.
Also a nice sac fly in the second inning to get the Drifters on top.
Some good at-bats from the 2-hole bat. Robles is 0-2.
That's a nasty slider. I thought that was going to hit him, and that thing just bowed right in almost over the plate.
You mentioned some Romo. That's what that was. That
Absolutely.
Frisbee slider.
Yeah, his arm slot is perfect for a good sinker-slider combo. Pretty heavy fastball, too. Yeah, that's a good
Chopped
pitch.
to the left side, fielded by Fulton. He double clutches, the throw's up the line, and he reaches safely.
That is Fulton's first error of the entire 2026 season, including his entire spring at George Fox University.
Crazy. This doesn't happen a whole lot. And it looked like when he got that in his glove, he couldn't grip it.
Exactly. He just had a hard time making the transfer there, had to rush a throw and just sailed wide. Good job by the first baseman keeping that in play at least. And Elks are going to have to work with an error here, another free pass, but hopefully they can get out of it. Roadblaze commanding the zone really well. A great slider on that pitch.
Tough way to start a frame. Now it's L.J. Lehue. Lehue's reached twice. Couple of walks, and there it is again. I mean, you combine the errors with the walks and hit by pitches, those are also free passes.
Absolutely.
Looks like a changeup maybe, just a bit low.
And as an Elk, you just have to try to forget about that rocky, middle innings right there, and especially that top of the fifth. You just got to think of this as a new ball game. You got a pitcher that's feeling pretty good right now. The bats are feeling good.
2-0's called a strike.
Feels like a very, very winnable game for how rough some of the pitching and defense has been so far.
L.J. Lehue out of Rice. A lot of Rice players on this Drifters team this year. You wonder where that connection lies. Going from Texas all the way to Springfield, Oregon.
Yeah.
Definitely not common.
No, it's different scenery, different culture. That's a beautiful campus, though. I've been down there and watched a ball game down there in Houston, Texas. That whole neighborhood and that ballpark at Rice University is just stunning.
3-1. And another free pass for the Elks. Gotta imagine the frustrations for Alan Cox and co. Just knowing that you get right back to being down just 2, and then you let him get a free rally.
Yep. And Robles, I feel like he's going to be comfortable in this situation. This is a good guy to have, a good ground ball pitcher. Guy's not going to shy away from a competitive situation. Great baseball down there in Southern California D2 ball.
This is Muna Heffernan.
Right back at it with the 90-mile-an-hour fastball in the outside corner right there.
Muna with Bushnell this last season. 33 games he played in as a freshman, a .358 average.
Another 90-mile-an-hour fastball painted on the outside black. Robles is right back at him. Not shaken at all by those first 2 base runners so far.
He walked in the 5th. 2 runners on base for him. Gamino at second, Lehue at first. Robles goes to the slider as it misses away.
Tons of bend on that slider, man. 80 miles an hour. You can see that thing frisbee from all the way up in the press box.
This one feeling like a true college game, one you'd see in an NCAA regional. 3+ hours, back and forth.
Tons of pitching changes.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah.
1-2. Ground ball, foul. Near that Elks dugout.
I'm almost grateful that we don't have replay review challengeable plays, because I've been noticing in the NCAA regionals, the reviewable on the field calls extend the game so much. I guess there were just a lot of blown calls, but
just trying to get it right, too. Robles is 1-2, runs in tight, and it hit Heffernan.
That's tough. He had such a good sequence going up before that and just lost the fastball inside right there. And now the Drifters are cooking with the bases loaded and nobody out as the Elks bullpen gets going. I still feel like Robles is the right guy for this situation. He's really close to being in a much more favorable situation, as the Drifters are going to get a pinch runner here.
And more than just this being bases loaded with no outs, error, walk, hit by pitch.
Yeah, absolutely. They're not really earning it. One bright side, I feel like the talent does look very good with the Bend Elks. The talent is there. I feel like we have good, experienced, mature players, very physical team. Early on, I like how this team looks. And it's rocky right now, but at least from, if you isolate earned runs, we have a good squad so far. It's just we're not putting it all together.
Here's Colton Perez. Takes outside. And still a lot of faces that will be joining this Elks group, along with the Drifters, once the playoffs wrap up. Popped up and out of play. The pitcher today, the southpaw who shut out or closed out UCLA, Cam Staten, coming to Bend.
Oh, that's huge. That's huge.
And it was really cool. Fastball, low 90s, was pounding the zone. And it takes another level of a competitor to, take on the #1 overall seed and just go through the teeth in a one-run game.
It's a great 1-1. Definitely a batter you needed to get ahead of right here. A strikeout would be absolutely massive for Jared Robles.
The big Colton Perez. 6 home runs with Vanguard this last season. 1-2, got him swinging. A big strikeout for Jared Robles.
Yeah, that's huge right there. Now we are 1 ground ball away from potentially getting out of this jam. Getting late into the game here, top of the 7th. Elks need to put up a 0 or a 1 at worst.
This could also be because of it just being game 1, but not a lot of changes in the field. I believe there's been 0, despite this game drawing on. That run didn't tight. This is Brody Burr, his 5th at bat. They've already worked around the order.
Yeah. As a Drifter, you'd hope Burr kind of leans into that one. That would have been an RBI hit by pitch, but got out of the way for ball 1, and Robles going to have a chance to get out of this.
Looking for a ground ball to escape the frame. In tight, almost hit him again.
Oof.
Got to make the adjustment. Come back over the middle of the plate. 2-0, 1 out. Bases loaded. 8-6 Drifters. But looking to get more insurance with the base hit. Swung on and missed. 2-1. Big hack.
Broderick. I love that name.
Broderick Burr. Goes by Brody.
He should go by Bro.
Bro Burr.
Bro Burr.
I like that.
I like that, dude. I've been thinking about baby names we're expecting, so.
Oh, congrats.
Yeah, thank you.
I think Bro might be the one then.
Boy names are tough.
2-2.
It's a gutsy 2-1 slider right there. Come on, Jared. Bear down, baby. Another strikeout would be massive. A routine 6-4-3 would be even more so.
Looking for that magic pitch.
I'm calling slider right here.
It's worked. Goes to the heater, though, and it's fouled away. But that could set it up.
Give him the slider, dude.
Sees the heater and then
let him hit a slider right to the third baseman.
And the sure-handed Fulton over there. You'd bank on him to turn 2 despite the error earlier. Another punch out. Jared Robles climbs the ladder, and there's 2 gone.
I told you, man. Robles is the guy for this situation. Tons of appearances at Cal State LA this year. Did quite well, and he's here for the moment. But very talented hitter up at the plate that's given the Elks fits so far. And Peyton Tyner right here. Bases loaded, 2 outs, top of the 7th, big spot.
The lefty and Tyner will take low. You're right, Will. 2 hits, a single, and a double his last time that was hit down the left field line. One-0, right back to Robles. Look what he found. Out number 3.
That is huge. Robles gets out of the bases loaded jam with 0 outs and gives the Drifters nothing. And just like that, It feels like this is maybe the Elks game to lose, boys. 8-6, heading into the 7th inning stretch. So many runners left on base for Springfield. That's got to be 10 plus.
It is 10 plus. I'll count them during the break, and we'll come back and talk about it. Stretch time here at Ghana, 8-6 the score, and we're back in a few. Take me out to the ball game. Some tunes on the instruments.
Or it's 1, 2,
Little jazzy
3
version.
strikes, you're out at the old ball game. Dude, these guys are good.
We got the banjo on the left.
Yeah, little cantina band vibes.
I love it.
Very talented group down there.
8-6 your score. We've stretched. Our official attendance for tonight, 1,405. That's a great turnout.
That's pretty good, man. That's about 1% of the population of Bend, Oregon right there. I'll take it.
And you hope that only grows as the year goes on. A comeback win like tonight would help.
Yep. It is about bedtime for a lot of us, so the crowd has thinned out a bit, but many Elk faithful remain as we head into the bottom of the 7th here. And the first pitch will hit low and away for strike 1.
Tristan Ledbetter still on the bump for the Drifters, who did a great job coming in relief last inning. 2 batters he faced, Galvin and Sir, struck out both of them. Elrod's walked twice. Half-hearted attempt, 0-2. I counted it, Will. 13 runners left on base for Springfield. 13.
So as bad as it's been, the Elks have gotten themselves out of some big situations here and are giving themselves a chance to hang in this game.
That one misses low. 1-2. Mason Elrod out of Rollins in Florida. Talked about that earlier, but imagine Tallarico and Elrod together in that same lineup at USC Union as he takes a call at strike 3. 3 straight Ks.
Locked him up there with the low and inside fastball. That's a really good pitch right there.
You're always going to get a deuce every time he's up, I think. All year.
He had those 2 RBIs, and they love him.
Fan favorite already. That one misses. I want to know the thought process behind fans picking fan favorites. Like in a small town like this.
I think.
What does it take? Good name?
Good names is half the battle. That'll do it.
And then the personality maybe too.
Home runs will do it.
Mm-hmm.
A unique body shape will do it. A name like Deuce will definitely do it. And nothing would hit right now like a Deuce Dinger onto Wilson Avenue.
That one called a strike. Ledbetter's done a phenomenal job getting back into counts.
Yeah, absolutely. He's got good command over all his pitches right now.
Deuce with the hit in the 5th. Brought in a pair. So take down and outside. Although this game has gone back and forth. It has felt like the Elks have been out of it for the majority of it just because of the free passes, but you're a base hit and a blast away from a tie game.
Absolutely.
Fouled straight back.
Big swing on the 3-1 fastball, just missed.
On deck is Will Goodman.
Elks could use some free passes. That's how they got themselves back into this game. If not, they're going to need to put together an extra base hit or two.
Both teams have struggled with the free pass, as Deuce will stay alive.
Kind of a hung slider right there. Just a little bit out in front.
Three-two. Check swing foul. He's doing everything to just keep on battling.
Making him throw pitches here.
A lot of Deuce being in the lineup, from what the chatter's been like, has been putting on muscle, noticeably, and then also just impressing in practice over these first couple of days.
Yeah, I've seen him in the cages each of the last 3 days getting work in, so he's excited to be here.
Already with all that experience from a year ago on the Bucks and some with the Elks as he draws a walk. A great at-bat from Deuce Sims.
That's huge right there. Depending on how Deuce runs, I'm curious if they elect to pinch run right here. Doesn't appear that they will, but that'll bring Will Goodman to the plate from Pepperdine University and a former Bend High Lava Bear.
That's a sweet mascot.
The Lava Bears, it's sick, dude.
Wow.
I know. I don't think we have Lava Bears here in Bend, but it is a specific subspecies.
Down and away on the slider at 75.
Similar to a sun bear, I believe.
Okay.
Yeah, Will's got an older brother that plays at Occidental College down in L.A., and he's got a younger brother who is also a freshman at Bend High.
At Bend High had a decorated senior season. First team infielder, hit .405, 32 hits, 2 bombs.
Yeah, he's a stud. Takes that one for a ball, just off the plate inside.
And those hometown kids, if you can just make your mark with one swing, you'll be remembered.
Absolutely, man.
That's another way to be a fan favorite. And as the tying run, a chance.
2-0 count, too.
Takes a strike. Grooved right down the middle.
It looked like he was kind of auto-taking right there, making him throw a strike.
Elks might look to jump on some of these pitches and hitters' counts. It feels like they've been waiting.
Swinging out of my cleats on that.
Outside.
Hey, but it pays off. 3-1 count now. He's got a chance to do it again. Come on, Willie.
In the wings is Braden Jones and Adam Fulton after him. Still no moves to the bench for either squad. Infield, normal depth with the shortstop Villapando shading to the pull side. The 3-1. Misses low, ball 4. Back-to-back walks for the Bend Elks. Brings up the go-ahead run in Braden Jones.
The Elks are getting their opportunities. Couple free passes. And it looks like they now are going to pinch run for Deuce Sims. We'll get you that pinch runner in a moment here.
Waiting to see who that is. Dimitri Sisidko will be the pinch runner. So looking to get some more speed on the bases. Taking out Deuce Sims. Got to note that down. Sisidko out of Saddleback College. From San Juan Capistrano, California, went to Jay Serra.
Jay Serra, baseball powerhouse down there in Orange County.
Oh, yeah.
Home of many draft picks. That's one of the best high school baseball conferences in the entire country, the Trinity League.
So Sisidko for Sims.
Saddleback College is literally directly next door to Jay Serra, too, I believe. It's a beautiful area.
How about that? Not moving. While he was at J. Sarah too, Will, was a part of a CIF championship program. You mentioned their illustrious nature and was an all-CIF selection.
Jeez.
Good player. And he'll stay in for Sims at the DH spot. One out, runners on first and second to Jones.
Nice backdoor slider there for strike one. A little bit off the plate.
Ledbetter just bent it in. Jones is 0 for 3.
He is using my bat this AB, though, so.
This is an amazing development.
Cue the light show.
They'll check on the runner and Sasidko, who's getting a good lead, but he's back with a dive.
A very clunky pickoff move there. Didn't quite get that 180 landed. Kind of looked balkish, but just kind of an awkward pickoff move.
2 errors for both groups, shooting themselves in the foot. 9 hits for the Drifters, 6 for the Elks. That breaking ball is way outside. Base hit would score Sasidko. Gapper, bring in 2. Fans that have stuck around are waiting for that hit. Dancing off a second, Sasidko. Way outside, and him dancing off a 2. It's made the command for Ledbetter not as great.
Yeah, that's an easy trap to fall into. Your enemy is the hitter right now, and you need to focus on him.
Especially with a 2-run lead. That run truly doesn't matter.
See if Braden Jones can get it done. Tacoma, great JUCO program up in the Seattle area.
Way outside, 3-1.
That's huge. And as a hitter here, a walk is awesome, but you know in the back of Ledbetter's mind, he has to groove you a fastball right here, and you have a chance to take a lead right here in this thin Bend, Oregon air.
In a game where the storyline was free passes on the other side, both base runners have reached via walk in this inning, and now another 3-ball count. There's ball 4. The bases are loaded on 3 straight walks, and the tying run is in scoring position.
And it's going to be Adam Fulton from George Fox, and Adam's put together 3 quality at-bats already, a solid line out in the first, a pieced-up single up the middle, and then a walk. And they're going to need a quality AB more than ever right now with the bases juiced and 1 out. The Elks are 1 swing away from tying this game, and the Drifters are 1 ground ball away from getting out of this jam.
Just looking for a base hit. First pitch to Fulton. Misses low.
Gutsy first pitch slider there with the bases loaded. I like the call, just couldn't quite execute.
The lack of command early in at-bats for Ledbetter has put him in trouble.
Yeah, it's something we're not used to seeing. He's been pretty clean, but ran himself into some trouble here.
1-0 fastball skied into right field, but in the park. Tyner's going to come in a couple of steps. He'll catch it there. Tagging is Sasidko. The throw's going to go all the way to third on an airmail. It almost got away from the third baseman, Gamino, who tried to act like it went over his head. 8-7 the score. Runners on the corners. 2 outs.
That's a great job getting at least 1 right there. Gives the next guy up an opportunity to tie the game with a single. The Elks will absolutely take that as they narrow this lead to 1. Another 4th quality at bat from Adam Fulton right there as we head to the top of the lineup in the electric Eli Pupo.
That was nifty, too, from Gamino. He started sprinting to the dugout, acting like it went over his head.
That was a really intelligent deke right there.
Pupo up with the tying run just 90 feet away after the home half of the 5th inning, Will. This didn't feel like a possibility, but then you remember that it's summer baseball, college in general.
Absolutely, and the Elks are a talented team. You give them a couple free base runners, they're going to take advantage of it.
2-0.
I really like this offensive group we have. It's going to take a little bit to figure out who are your dogs pitching-wise, and a lot of those guys are getting the nerves out in their first outing of the summer. It's cold. They're probably not really used to that. A lot of promise for this team, and they don't even have all their guys yet.
2-0 is fouled away. That's in car territory, so you hope
yeah.
they're all okay.
Part of the game. That probably hit a windshield.
I mean, when you park over there, you're kind of asking for it.
Yep, there's signs. There's disclaimer signs. 2-1 pitch here. Hitters count for Pupo.
Lead off a first for Braden Jones, who's got some speed. 2-1. Fastball high and away.
And this is a situation where you probably do not send the runner because you have the tying run on third. You do not want to run yourself out of the inning.
And knowing the scouting report, if you're Jeff Lyle and the Drifter staff, you got to come into Pupo with Tallarico on deck.
Absolutely. You do not want to face number one right now.
They do, and he swings through it. Runner on first, and Braden Jones will be on the move as soon as Ledbetter commits home.
Sure enough, we got a car alarm blaring out behind the third base dugout. 3-2.
Will Goodman on third.
2 outs, tying run at third. The pitch.
Just tie, ball 4. A great take from Eli Pupo, who has reached in 4 of his 5 plate appearances tonight. A quintessential leadoff man. And it's Aiden Tallarico with the bases loaded.
Walking up to the plate with some swagger. He wants this moment bad. Tallarico with a nice hit his last time up. Finally found a hole, looking to do some more damage here. A single would likely give the Elks the lead.
Been waiting for it. An RBI single back in the 6th. Fastball misses in tight, 1-0. A stud possesses a ton of tools. And a Summer looking to put everybody on notice. In his biggest spot yet. Up and away, 2-0. And what Ledbetter's doing is making this job easy for the Elks. Everybody that's reached base via walk this inning.
And his third base coach just gave him the little circle with his fingers there. That means if it's in the zone, let it rip. If it's your pitch, let it rip, because you have the opportunity to make a few runs with one swing right here.
Misses high, 3-0.
Do you let him swing?
That's ball 7 in a row. I don't know if you do.
Hey, this guy hit 17 pumps
He did.
in D2 ball last year. I'm letting him hack.
Good thing we're up here. That's not our choice.
The crowd is going crazy. Ball 4.
Walked him in. Game is tied 8-8 as Aiden Tallarico raises his hands, walking to first.
And the few Elk faithful remaining, closing in on 10 p.m. here on a Friday night, are just as loud as the 1,500 strong crowd we had an hour and a half ago.
And that will be it for Tristan Ledbetter. Jeff Lyles had a long leash for his arms tonight. It could also just be because of the lack thereof this early in the summer. But a tough outing for Ledbetter.
Yeah, also you just want to get a feel for your guys and what kind of pitchers you have. And they do have some returners, but, I mean, they're pretty deep into the bullpen already. And you don't necessarily want to show the opposing team in game 1 of a 3-game set your entire bullpen on game 1. But the Elks are kind of forcing their hand.
Arm number 4 coming in for the Drifters. 8-8 the score, 2 gone. Elks looking for more when we come back. The lefty, Michael Klein, now in the ballgame for the Drifters. Pitched for them in 2025. In a big spot against the lefty bat and Marcus Galvin. First pitch fastball outside. Bases loaded. 8-8 the score. The Elks have plated 2 in the bottom of the 7th. All because of 5 walks from the man who was just in Tristan Ledbetter. Galvin already with an RBI tonight. 1-0. Skied. Shallow left field. Falling fast. Coming in is the left fielder. And he kicked it. Burr dropped it. 2-run score. Elks lead 10-8.
I don't know if there was a miscommunication between him and the shortstop, or if he just misjudged that ball, or if he lost it in the lights or what, but that was a very catchable fly ball, and the Drifters give the lead back to the Bend Elks with what looks like is going to be an E7 right there. And it is now just like that. After a 7-1 deficit, it is 10-8 Bend.
Absolutely improbable, but you can't count anything out in college baseball. Tallarico's going to try to swipe third. Throw to third, kicks off the glove, and Gamino. Tallarico's going to get sent home. He'll score without a throw.
And the Elks fans are going nuts here on opening night. The dugout loves it. And the Drifters just falling apart in the bottom of the 7th here. I don't believe we've had a single earned run.
Unbelievable.
11-8 Elks. Scoring runs in the same way they gave them up.
On just 6 hits?
Wow, 11 runs on 6 hits. That's not what you like to see as the opposing team.
9th batter of this frame is Josh Sir, who will foul it straight back. But going back to that error by Broderick Burr, he had both hands right there, and it just kicked off the glove. It was peculiar.
Yeah, he just kind of drifted over to that ball, no pun intended, and just got there late. And ideally on those, you want to be camped under it. That's a pretty routine fly ball. He must have lost it or something. It was hit really high in the air. I assume that ball got above the lights.
1-1 fastball. Gets the call on the outside corner.
Yeesh. That was amongst the more liberal strike zones this game so far. 1-1 the count.
Sir.
1-2 the
RBI
count.
earlier.
2 strikes, 2 outs, runner on second.
Sir looking for a knock. 4 errors for the Drifters as time is called.
And that's going to be a pitch clock violation, the first we have seen this summer. It's going to be 2-2 now.
Michael Klein came in so quickly we didn't story tell on him at all, but another one of those Drifters returning for another season and was really good last year with a 3.53 ERA in 40-plus innings. As Sir fouls it back, the bat goes flying, helmet comes off for a sec.
He just swung so hard
He wants some more tar.
that the bat flew out of his hands.
Just a big, ferocious swing.
You got to get more tar on your hands, bro. I always err on the side of too much pine tar. I would rather not be able to peel the bat off of my hands than not have a good grip on the bat.
I like that notion. Popped up, and a souvenir. The fans that are sticking around are not only getting rewarded with a comeback, with a 5 spot in the 7th, but a ball.
They're electric down there. There's probably only a couple hundred fans left, but they are the loudest couple hundred by far.
This has been a long, long game.
Yeah, I'm pretty locked in. Let's
I am
see.
too.
Oh, wow. We were already past 3.5 hours of gameplay.
In the 7th.
Oh, boy.
It has been a journey, but I wouldn't want to be anywhere else.
Not a lot going on in Bend, Oregon on a Friday night, unfortunately. This is the place to be, folks.
Indeed. So shout out all those that have stayed. Runner on second and Galvin. 2-strike pitch. Down low and away, and another block by Lehue. Cleaning up back there.
I was really surprised to see the Elks try to steal third and be able to capitalize on that. That's a pretty gutsy play to try to swipe third with 2 outs right there.
Quite risky.
Paid off for him, though.
3-2. Swung on and missed, strike 3. As Michael Klein gets out of the 7th, but not after, Will. A 5 spot, courtesy of free passes. You hear that?
And the way this game is going, we might have a lot more baseball to play, folks. 11-8 going into the 8th inning, and the Elks need 6 outs. And those outs have not been particularly easy to find.
You'll watch hundreds of baseball games. You won't hear a lot. 5 runs on 0 hits in an inning.
Oh, wow.
You're
not kidding.
That's something.
5 runs on no hits. Sounds like my high school team.
To the 8th, 11-8 Elks, and a new arm coming in. Top of the 8th inning, new arm into the ballgame for the Elks. It's the crafty righty Josh Jackson, as the first pitch is cut on and missed by Jacob Villapando. 8-9-1 for the Drifters. Aiden O'Neill, Will Taylor. And although the Elks are now up 3, it feels like we could still just be getting started. You never know. 0-2.
Josh Jackson, a 6'3" righty out of Umpqua Community College down in Southern Oregon from Eagle Point, just outside of Medford down there.
And quickly ahead 0-2. Big sweeping slider at 78. Another funky righty arm angle. We got that with Robles earlier, and now here with Jackson.
Yeah, he really steps very arm side and throws across his body. It's tough to pick up as a right-handed hitter.
Got him swinging on the 1-2. Pulled the string.
And as outs have come at a premium this game, you're just counting down. 5 outs to go now. Really good to see heavy command of the strike zone right here.
And he's getting it and ripping it. Immediately back on the mound for Austin Takahashi. Fastball fouled away.
Even 87 miles an hour on the fastball from that weird delivery really gets on you. And at that long 6'3" frame, I mean, he's really releasing that ball probably 53, 54 feet away from home plate.
0-1, swung on and missed.
Yeah.
I'm getting a lot of Simon Lemke out of Josh Jackson from last season with same righty slot.
Yeah, a little more over the top and even a little firmer.
For sure.
Out of Jackson, but man, Lemke was such a crafty pitcher, man.
0-2. Outside.
That's a firm slider right there at 83 miles an hour. Backed up on him a little bit, missing arm side.
Went 11 1/3 at Umpqua this last season. 4.76 ERA. 1-2 to the Drifters DH as he flips one to the third baseman Fulton, who fields it in foul territory.
Surprised that didn't break his bat right there. Not a ton of innings for Umpqua this year. Kind of surprising. Jackson looks very, very solid so far in his debut for the Elks.
The one thing that he's done that not a ton of pitchers can say tonight is pound the strike zone.
It actually looks like they used him as a closer. He did have 4 saves on the year and only 11 innings pitched, so seems comfortable in this spot. He will have a save opportunity if they keep him in.
Got him on the 1-2. Back-to-back punch-outs for Josh Jackson. That time the swing through. And that was middle. Still couldn't pick him up.
Yep, he blew that by him. Only 87 miles an hour, but well located up in the zone. And that fastball gets on you with that funky delivery. 4 outs to go for the Elks.
Aiden Gebhard, the lefty, at the top of the order. Outside. In a game where you have your 6th at-bat, you're likely winning it the majority of the time.
Absolutely, but welcome to West Coast League Baseball.
It's gritty.
These games can get nuts. You'll see a lot of pitchers duel as he dots that 86-mile-an-hour fastball in the corner. You'll see a lot of 2-0 games. You'll see a lot of clean baseball, short games, but there's also, it's going to be matched by those 17-15 slugfests, a lot of walks.
Swung on and missed, 1-2. How about this from Josh Jackson?
This is a breath of fresh air, man. After some of the command issues and pitching we've seen, he's out there looking like Roger Clemens. 88 on the fastball. 1 strike away from getting out of the 8th.
A deep sigh. Right back to him, and he caught it. Spikes the ball on the turf.
Let's go. All right, the Elks might have found their closer as Josh Jackson with a stellar top the 8th inning, the cleanest inning we've seen so far in this ball game. 2 strikeouts and a little nubber back to the mound. It looked quick, but that was only 60 miles an hour off the bat. Jammed him good.
Absolutely something there with Jackson. Heck of a frame. Bottom 8 coming up. 11-8 Elks. All right. 11-8 the score. Elks on top, bottom 8. This is game 1 of a 3-game set. As you see, the Bend Elks' upcoming games. Tomorrow night, we're back here at Geta, 6:35. Sunday, 5:05 against the Drifters. And then on the road all next week, 6 games, starting with 3 in Salem. As the Tarps off are starting at Geta. I was waiting for it.
No way.
Let's have Pierce go back to that real quick if that's possible. Look at that.
We've got tarps off at Vince Kenna Stadium, folks.
It might only be a handful of kids, but I don't care. It's electric.
Dude, they are absolutely owning it. So the Elks will head to the Marionberries in Salem later this week.
Yeah, and they were a Great addition to the WCL just a year ago. Really competitive, just one spot behind the Elks.
Yep. Elks secured their playoff berth against the Marionberries last year.
They did.
That is huge. It's going to be good weather next week. Elks being out of town means I can film some YouTube videos.
There you go. 1-1 is lined into center field, and it falls in front of Gebhardt. A single for Mason Elrod. His first hit is an Elk.
Elrod needed that one. He smoked that ball 99 miles an hour off the bat, right down the middle, and he's going to want to keep that baseball. His first of many hits for the Bend Elks.
So this is Dmitry Sisidko, who entered as a pinch runner for Deuce Sims, stayed in at the DH spot.
Dmitry from Saddleback College in Orange County.
I'm excited to see that bat, too, from him. We saw him run a bit. First AB. Takes outside.
We got a good heckler in the crowd.
We do. Sticking with it. Bat .321 this last year at Saddleback, Will. 1 homer, 23 driven in, and 21 stolen bases. Takes a strike.
Yeah, pretty stout frame at 5'8", 185, but apparently the dude can move.
Whole lot of speed.
Absolutely. I'll race him.
You think you got him?
I'm kind of fast.
Called the strike.
Nice little backdoor slider there.
We saw that last year in the non-league when you played. You told me when we did that pregame interview down on the field, I'll tell you what, the power might not be there, but I'm going to steal a bag if I get on. You did.
They underestimate my run game. I'm an available free agent.
1-2 slashed into right field and down for a base hit. Elrod's going to go from first to third. Sisidko's thinking double. He slides into second. He's out. Tag applied by the second baseman in Heffernan. The throw from right fielder Tyner went into second. Moving up to third is Elrod, but a good play.
What a hose by Peyton Tyner. That was just an absolute frozen rope right on the money. He needed that throw to have any chance. I thought he was going to stretch it into a double, but the Elks will still have a runner on third with only 1 out, as the Drifters infield will be brought in to try to prevent the run.
They're now getting to that moment where they have to. And it's Will Goodman who will take outside.
Good piece of hitting by Dmitry there. Took a high fastball the opposite way, 83 miles an hour, not hit super hard, but a little aggressive on the base paths. It's a great throw by Tyner.
They're leaving the entire middle of the infield open with this infield in look. Villapando is way to the left, and Heffernan especially is way to his left at second base.
Yep. Very aggressive defensive setup right here.
1-1, 1 gone, 11-8 Elks. Goodman swings through it.
All right, if you're Goodman here, you just got to bear down, get up on the plate, choke up a little bit. Just try to put a ball in play and make something happen. Ball to the outfield would be wonderful, but anything in play right now is the potential to score a run.
Klein comes set. His 1-2. Misses low, and I'm going to give Lehue his flowers all night because he's been doing work.
Yep, he's been a wall back there. Good job laying off that curveball in the dirt by Goodman. 2-2 pitch. It's going to be a big one.
This marathon of a game continues. We're approaching the 4-hour mark here at Gena. Pop up. Shallow right field. Tyner coming in on a dead sprint. It falls in. Elrod will score. 12-8.
Elrod's pumped up. He was waiting to tag up for that. He got a really late break at home. Kind of got lucky that Tyner overran that ball after it bounced down in the outfield grass there. But Goodman comes through with 2 strikes and a little blooper knock to right field for an RBI single, and the Elks extend their lead.
The tarps are still off. They were going crazy on that bloop single. Here's Braden Jones. keeping him in despite the left on left. Elks with just 9 hits and 12 runs. A peculiar stat line all around.
Timely hits.
That was Will Goodman's first hit and first run batted in. And sometimes you don't got to hit it hard.
Absolutely. As both teams have showed us on multiple occasions throughout this game.
That was the Drifters' story at the beginning, was bloop here, infield single here, the bunt single.
Elks are doing it right back. Not even anything really close to home run territory yet.
Check on Goodman, who's back with a dive.
Surs hit a couple foul ball home runs, and we had a little kind of lazy fly out right in front of the warning track, but nothing north of about 320 feet yet tonight.
Klein's 1-1. Swung on and missed. So you know Will Goodman well. What's the scouting report on the running?
Let's see. On a scale from 1 to 100, I'd give him like 73.
Okay.
He's decent.
There we go.
He'll swipe it back every now and then. I don't know.
Because Klein was keeping a look on him.
Yeah.
Fouled away.
Good time to send him right here, too. Let's see if he can prove me wrong. A lot of the time in base running, too, it's more about the read you can get on the pitcher and more about the jump you can get and how well you dive and how well you slide as opposed to just pure speed. There's some guys that aren't even great runners that steal a lot of bags.
Got him swinging. The fastball at 88 on the outside corner. A punch out for Klein. Out number 2 of the inning.
Adam Fulton having a good game for the Elks so far. 4 good at bats. He'll have another chance with 2 outs and a runner on first. Elks already lead 12-8 here in the bottom of the 8th inning.
Fulton will sky one into center field. Gebhard came in on the ball and will just stop there to make the catch.
Another solid swing, though.
Fulton's been piecing up baseballs tonight. The Elks get 1 run on 3 hits, left a runner on, but they're 3 outs away in a game where they were down 7-1 from winning on opening night.
Is this a save opportunity with 4 runs, or does it have to be 3?
I believe it has to be 3.
Yeah, I think you're right.
But still, you go 2 innings and shut the door.
Absolutely.
To the 9th after this. Josh Jackson in to close, 12-8 Elks here in the 9th. First pitch misses low. Camino, Lehue, Heffernan, 2-3-4. And Jackson was electric in the 8th. This has been a very resilient opening night game for the Elks. It's not done yet. You never know. But for the fans that stuck around, a lot left when it was 7-1, Will.
I am having some trauma flashbacks going down 2-0 to the leadoff hitter in the 9th here, though. There we go.
That's a big strike.
All right, morale is back.
Jackson looking to ease back into this game. The 6th at-bat also for Nick Gamino. Has reached 3 times, but no hits. Popped up. Foul territory right side. Elrod near the dugout. He tripped and fell.
Ooh.
You hope he's okay.
He's good. He's good.
Oh, boy, that was a tough fall.
He slipped on the dugout mat where it transitions from the dugout rubber mat to the turf.
The odds of that are so low.
He was right under that ball, too. He made a great read. He navigated the dugout railing and just slipped on that rubber mat right in front of the dugout. Coach Cox might reconsider the placement of that rubber mat after this game. A great 2-1 pitch, though.
2-2. Softly to the right side. Elrod diving, stop, but he can't field it in time. Throws it by Jackson. But Gamino will stay there on the infield single.
And that's another ball similar to earlier in the game by Elrod that the second baseman can probably make a pretty routine play on. And if he just merely returns to his base, that's a couple outs right there that I think both might be marked down as infield singles. Yeah, there's that mat that Elrod slipped on right there that the Bat Boys camped out on. Metal spikes on that, especially rubber or plastic spikes, are not going to be friendly.
And at full speed on a dead sprint.
I was worried he hit the back of his head, but he bounced up pretty quick.
Yes. L.J. Lehue, the batter, has walked 3 times. 3 walks, 1 batter.
Not what you want to see, but a chance for redemption here for the Elks.
2-0. If you're a heckler now, Will, you can really be heard.
Absolutely, and he is heard. There's one active heckler out there, and we love him. 2-0, runner on first. Jackson needs to work back into this. There's ball 3. That's why those insurance runs are important. The tying run's still in the dugout.
I'm sure the last thing that Wes Harper wants to do is get another arm hot, but you wonder when that point would be.
The bullpen is empty at the moment.
Check on Gamino. Some other scores around the WCL tonight. Yakima beat Walla Walla 11-9. Portland beat Victoria 8-2. Little north versus south there as the 3-0s grooved in. Port Angeles beat Marion 5-3 on the road. Bellingham is up on Kelowna. That can't be right. Top of the 3rd. It's 10:25.
Perhaps a weather delay.
Nanaimo beat Ridgefield 7-6. Called a strike 3-2. Corvallis tied with Kamloops in the 10th 6-6. That's a good one. Bounce back and forth between this and that.
And a huge pitch here.
Big one.
Bend, Oregon.
3-2. Got him looking.
Great call behind the plate. Just painted that thing. Split the outside half of the outside corner.
He thought it was ball 4.
Thought it was his 4th walk of the game.
But we got the TrackMan here. That caught a lot of plate.
And a huge strikeout for the Elks as they are now 2 outs away, or perhaps 1 ground ball away from a win on opening night.
Muna Heffernan, who will take a called strike, but it's not. It's a new batter. Jalen Riddle. Cut on and fouled into the catcher's mitt.
And a quick 0-2 on Jalen Riddle.
Muna Heffernan's night is done. And if this is the same Jalen Riddle, he's from right here in Bend.
North Bend. It's very Arizona of you. North Bend, Oregon is actually on the southwest Oregon coast.
As he got him, 2 gone.
As he chases a gloriously placed slider for out number 2. And the Elk faithful are on their feet. Yeah, North Bend, Oregon, just over there on the coast. Looks like a Roseburg High School boy.
I thought it was the same as like North Phoenix for reference.
Valid.
Pierce is showing me that's quite far away. I apologize.
Yes. Legendary Legion team, Doc Stewart's, down there in Roseburg, Oregon.
New batter here is Drew Holman, the catcher. So Riddle came in for Heffernan. And now the backstop getting an AB. That's fouled away. Gamino was on the move and will have to retreat.
And after a rough game that was looking really south for the Elks for a few hours there, they are 1 out away from an early undefeated start of a season.
Couldn't say that last year, as it's 0-2. Just a year ago, the Elks dropped the opener 2-1 to the Ridgefield Raptors in a pitcher's duel, and this game couldn't be more different. 12-8, almost 4 hours, a marathon, getting closer to the finish line.
We're about 3 minutes away from a clean 4 hours.
Coming sets Jackson, the 0-2. Got him looking! And Josh Jackson slams the door on an opening night win for the Bend Elks.
Love to see it. The fans are stoked. And here we have the debut of the new Vince Ganna Stadium light show, ladies and gentlemen.
We'll just let it speak for itself.
Beautiful.
Look at that. Gorgeous. Elks are 1-0. A 12-8 win over the Springfield Drifters, and will to end the game for Josh Jackson. He pitched 2 frames and struck out 5.
Beautiful, man. And pardon my lack of baseball knowledge here. I'm merely a YouTuber. If you enter the game in the 8th with a 3-run lead and complete the 6 consecutive outs, even if you score insurance runs in the 9th, is that not a save?
It's a good question.
That is a good question. Let us
I mean,
know,
Michael's
let us
the
know
one
in the chat.
A fun night. Will and I had a blast up here. Man.
Despite how that game went and what the stat sheet looked like, I felt like that was somewhat good baseball still. Somehow, I thoroughly enjoyed watching that. Maybe it's because my boys won.
Absolutely.
That definitely puts a cherry on top, but battled adversity on both sides. A lot of free passes, but some bright spots. I think we got a lot of offensive talent. Liked the resilience from the pitching staff, especially late in the game there. Some good arms and timely hitting for the Elks.
A lot of it. The free pass really characterized the beginning of this game. I mean, you look at the scorebook, it's walk after walk, hit by pitch after hit by pitch, and a lot of errors. What did you make of the Elks' resilience in particular to pick themselves back up?
I think the mark of a good team is when you take advantage of what the other team is going to let you have. And they just small balled the Drifters to death, just gave it right back to them. And, yeah, they just took advantage of those big spots, and they weren't easy strikeouts. They were really aggressive on the base paths. They were solid defensively when they needed to be. And, again, those last 2 relievers, man, in Robles and Jackson, huge bright spots for the Elks right there.
All right, the question, Will, before we sign off, who's player of the game? I'm having tough time deciding.
Player of the game, man. I don't know if we – that's tough.
Do you give it to Jackson for the 5 punchies in the final 2 innings? Because there wasn't any.
I feel like the only unique thing, the only standout thing that happened the entire game was Josh Jackson coming in and shutting the door and putting up 2 straight zeros.
I agree.
I think that's your player of the game, folks.
Okay. We'll give it to him.
All right.
Josh Jackson, bull of the game. Opening night win. Your final lines. 12 runs for the Elks, 8 for the Drifters. They were down 7-1 at one point. Come back and win. That 5th inning had 9 runs in total. We played that one for an hour plus.
Yeah, that was ugly. Does this mean we have to wear suits every game now?
I think so.
All right.
We're coming back next time.
Amazon.com, here we come.
Well, I was
need
telling
to
Will
stock
that's
up.
where you get these.
I'm wearing my wedding jacket from 10 years ago, so I need more clothes.
Looking fly, though.
Thank you.
10 hits for the Drifters, 9 for the Elks, and then the errors. 4 for Springfield, 2 for Bend. Game 1 concluded. Elks get it done. We're back. Same time tomorrow, 6:35. We'll see you then.